welcome back to another Marvel Champions live stream. It's been a little bit. I was off last week, but I am here now, and I am pumped to be playing one of the best games of all time. How's everyone doing? How's everyone's weekend? Happy Monday. Hope everyone's doing well. I spent last week in Texas, in Brownwood, Texas, which is, I think, like 15 miles north of the geographical center of Texas, which as it was described to me, it was actually a bigger town than I was expecting. So that was nice. I've been doing some work with a company down there, and so that was good. It was a really nice facility, great people, and so it was I don't know if this is a realization that I came to while I was there. Texas is hot. Yeah, it's not super pleasant there. I mean, like, I guess we're in October, but I mean it was still like 93. Um it was warm, but it was good. Spent a couple days in Austin, got to see one of the stores and then the owner of the franchise of one of the stores that we work with down there. It was all in all a good trip. It was a little sad because we didn't get to stream, but here we are. We're back. Anyone do anything that's super exciting uh this weekend? Oh, look at that. I was like, this is like cocked somehow. I found Cyclops's thing. There you go. Cool. I've been looking for that. It was on the bottom of this guy. Sweet. Okay. So we're gonna play a couple games today. Played Mass Effect Andromeda. I don't know. I'm so bad with video games when it comes to keeping up or understanding or what's going on. Is that a new video game, or is that going back to an old classic? I did finish the Fallout TV show. I never played Fallout, but I really enjoyed the TV show. I thought that was really well done. I also I started watching The Penguin, which I've been really enjoying. That's a new HBO show, which is, the Penguin from Batman, but it's basically just a mafia show. It's like The Sopranos set in the Batman universe. It's a Mass Effect game, but oh, nice, cool. That's awesome. Play some Marvel Champions this weekend. Hey, Leroy, doing some Wasp Aggression, Scarlet Witch Justice, and Nightcrawler Protection. That sounds like an epic team up. Oh my gosh, my I really like Scarlet Witch Justice. I think I think it was Get Up in Game. They had a build where it was effectively Shield Scarlet Witch that used global logistics to set up the encounter deck so that you can hit those hex bolts to exactly what you needed. It's good stuff. Gorismo finally started the Lord of the Ring campaign from the core set with your decks from the two-handed series. Sweet, nice. And I did see the member request. One of the things that I'm hoping to do, I do want to start that two-handed playthrough back with. I think I'm going to go through the Agmar Awakens campaign. Rather than jump into the Fellowship and like the Saga campaigns, mainly because I have not played Return of the King in like my normal playthrough, and so I want to jump into the Agmar. It's just kind of a barrier starting. Can you all see my video on Twitch? It says I'm offline. Hold on, let me look at that. Okay, no, it says I'm live now. Okay, that was weird. Okay, yeah, my all of my screens just like went black, and then it came back and it's like you're offline. I was like, oh, that's not good. Okay, cool. Glad to hear that. That's what happens when you don't turn on a computer for a week and then it forgets how to act. Sweet. Glad to hear it's good. Yeah, the Penguin is really good. Um, the my only complaint is I want to binge it, right? Like, just want to go through it, which probably says more about my personality than the release cycle of anything. But uh, that I've been really enjoying that. I thought the Penguin has been so good so far. Um, yeah, heck yeah. Ooh, Yeah, I thought we would play Gamora. Somebody on one of the YouTube comments or on Twitch, somewhere, somebody planted in my head that the multi-talented card that came to us in Jubilee was going to be pretty sweet in Gamora because she's able to hit her triggers of her finesse and precision abilities, where you get to remove threats whenever you play an attack card or deal damage whenever you play a thwart card. It can be triggered off of the multi-talented card, and then you also get the benefits from the multi-talented card. And so I think we're gonna try something along those lines, potentially throw in some hit and runs in there as well to try and like just maximize Gamora's potential and what she can do to get all of those little ping bonuses. I figured we'd go up against Insabit Nua or Apocalypse 2, and I threw in Masters of Evil and Celestial Tech. So it calls out Celestial Tech and Clan Akaba, and I figured I'd switch that out from Masters of Evil, mainly because I haven't played Masters of Evil in a while, and I was like, you know what? And we're gonna cut out Legions of Hell. No, I pulled all of these out. I was not good. A lot of times before I travel, I like to clean up everything, so I come home to like a organized play space, and that did not happen. So we're here. I came back. Cards are all over the place, and so I had to pull all of the standard cards out. I'm thinking about running an aggression justice or aggression justice. Aggression Gamora, words are challenging. Aggression Gamora, mainly because you get that lock and load. You can get the Gamora sword out, and we did an old hero new trick with lock and load and Gamora, and pulling that sword out can really pay off over the course of the game if you can get it out early and you don't take the tempo loss of paying 3 or 4 effective costs for the sword. Rather, you can just basic thwart one lock and load and have it kind of get put onto the table. So I'm thinking that could be the route that we could go. We could also go the route of like a justice build, though I'm wondering if like with multi-talented hit and run, and then also just all of the Gamora builds that we have here, that we may have enough thwarting and a one way or another build. I really don't like Apocalypse 2's side scheme, so I don't necessarily know if I would want to pull those out, because then Apocalypse gets very angry at you when you do that. The other thing that we could do is we could do a recursion of Nebula, which is her signature ally, because after she enters play, we can search our deck for an attack or thwart event and add it to your hand. Then we can use that to grab multi-talented and just kind of go like recursion here. Nebula is also just a really solid ally, especially for solo with the 2 attack, 2 thwart, and then a chump block. And while Apocalypse is in his biomorph form, he will have overkill, so we do need a way to protect ourselves on that front. Multi-talented will be healing us a little bit, so we do have that security blanket. I've been playing a lot of protection, so I kind of wanted to lean away from that, but also I'm using the Guardians board from By the Same Token. Ooh. So I'm thinking that I feel like I kind of want to go aggression. Okay, sounds good. Thanks. I was like, I hope someone says something, because I'll just basically roll a dice. I do like aggression. I think aggression Gamora is a ton of fun. So let's go that route. We're gonna start and we're gonna build it around the weapon stuff. And so you have Gamora's sword here, which is a 3-cost upgrade that counts as a restricted player. After you play an attack event, you can deal 1 damage to an enemy. This is not an exhaustible effect. You do not have to exhaust the sword to do this. So every single time you play an attack event, you get that ping damage. And it is nice because it gets around Retaliate, which we will need to do here in his Cyberpath form. But more importantly, we can also use this to trigger some of our cards like Fusillade or Mean Swing, or cards like this where you can exhaust a weapon, and this does count as a weapon, and even if it's exhausted, you still get that ability and that benefit of dealing that ping damage. Excellent. Martial Prowess is good. Lock and Load is yeah, Martial Prowess is good because even if it is a thwart, like multi-talented is an attack card, so you can use it to pay for that. And I think we're going to lean kind of pretty heavily into some of the basic cards so that we can hit that the power in all of us, so that we can get the diversification of resources that we need for multi-talented to get all the triggers, and then martial prowess plus a power, and all of us can get us everything. Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's I forgot my binder. My binder is all the way over there. I was setting up, and I'm sure everyone has experienced this where you're like, you know what? I haven't done this in a week. There is something that I'm missing. I know there's something I'm missing. What is it? It's my cards. Uh, Plus, there's that new fun size game from Iceman. Yes, yes. Let's grab that. I'm gonna just grab this real quick. I am very excited. Um I I went to or one of my I decided that I'm buying a new bike, and so I went to the store yesterday. I found what I wanted. They didn't have it in stock, but another store has it in stock, and they open tomorrow. So I'm gonna go get me a new bike tomorrow. I'm really excited. I feel like a little kid, but it's a good time. Talking about multi-aspect heroes. Do you have a Spider Woman plus Sidekick deck? I do. I have tried it. It's tough. What's the other aspect you like for that deck? I really liked. Or what did I do? I want to say protection so that I could. No, it was. I don't even remember. Pool. I think pool could actually work out really well there. I said that like it was a surprise. That's not how I meant it. That was a surprise realization to me more so than anything. But yeah, with pool, you get the triples. Um, Tic Tac Toe can heal. The ally. Yeah, I like pool. The biggest issue that I was running into with the Spider Woman Psychic deck is it's so expensive. It's so hard to get that up and running, especially in true solo. That once I finally got Captain Marvel onto the table, once I got Sidekick onto Captain Marvel, I had lost the game. Like it was just too much pressure looking through like a true solo lens at an expert villain. It was tough. Um so that was kind of the biggest struggle that I was having there. But I like pool because you get those triples. That could work and help get that up and running. I could also see like Justice doing it with a one way or another type build to try and like draw into it and just like card draw type build to see if you could kind of accelerate your way into getting her onto the table. I also don't think I was running suit up. I do think that suit up is probably necessary for those psychic builds. Just to, but I just hate having dead cards. What's up, Romeo? Who's beating who up today? I think. Well, let's just go ahead and be optimistic here. Gamora is gonna beat the heck out of Apocalypse. We're gonna be doing an aggression-based build, especially with lock and load. Let's go ahead and grab that. So lock and load is going to grab our sword. We got keep up the pressure, which is going to be great. I'm surprised I haven't done this already for Gamora. Where when defeated, each player may search their deck and discard power for an attack event and add it to their hand. Until the end of the phase, each attack event deals 1 additional damage. So we got that. Let's go ahead and grab our doubles before we forget. We're going to grab power in all of us. Power and protection. Lock and load is sweet. I love it. It's so good. Multi-talented. And then we kind of have the core of the deck. We're actually going to run 3 copies of multi-talented. Oh, let's grab Martial Prowess while we're here in the M's, because I do really like that idea. I have not used Martial Prowess in a while. Got to get the fun Guardian allies. Heck yeah. Yeah, my least favorite thing about Gamora is you can't run Gamora. We're gonna grab multi-talented. Oh, that was satisfying. Flipped directly to the right page. Let's go. I'm wondering, I think we do want to run hit and run, especially if we are going the power in all of us, so that we have the double for hit and run. Hit and run works. Is hit and run 3 cost? Hit and run is 3 costs. For some reason, I thought it was 2. Hit and run. Interesting. Yeah, we'll run it. We'll run it. Hit and run is kind of stinky. I like. Let's grab a helicarrier. I like. Well, do we need? Yeah, we'll grab a helicarrier. I like hit and run in Gamora, and pretty much only in Gamora. We're only gonna grab 2 copies of hit and run, because it's a 3 cost to deal 3, remove 3. Plus, if you have the sword out, it's deal 4, so that's nice. But yeah, I think outside of Gamora, it's a tougher card to play. I love Gamora against the Venom villain. All those one oh yeah, that's sick. That's cool. I like that a lot. I like hit and run in Jubilee. I like it in Jubilee. I can yeah, it works in Jubilee, especially I mean like the high cost there actually helps it. So I'm also running Gamora at the moment. Nice. My wife is playing Spider, so I only need to keep the board clean in the early stage. And Gamora's so good at that. Gamora's like really good at just helping the team, setting it up so that everyone else can build and then they can take off. Gorismo! I'll give Pooler a try. I was doing Justice one way or another. It's good. Last game I couldn't get Captain Marvel out until almost the end. Yeah. I found like call for backup. Honestly, call for aid wouldn't be horrible to just get Captain Marvel if you just run her as your only Avenger. You could run call for aid to guarantee that she gets onto the table. Um, it's just hard if you discard sidekick. Yo, Nelson wanted to say I really love your channel and everything. Oh, thank you so very much. You put out especially your podcast, Shadow of the Cast. Thank you so very much. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. Yeah. We have plans to record our next episode where we're going to be talking about the best aspect of all time protection. So I'm really excited to record that. But I appreciate it. Thank you. That means a lot. Means a lot. Let's grab. You can see where all the cards are that I need to put back into the binder. Let's grab all of our fun allies here. I wonder if a specialized training would make sense. Potentially. We got Drax. We've got. Oh, we have Energy Spear too. We can run Energy Spear because we are a Guardian. Let's go Rocket. Let's go Groot. Let's go Martinex. This is going to be one of our defensive strategies. Let's see where we're at. 2, 4, 6. No, that's not what we want. Got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So we have 6 cards left that we can throw in here. Let's grab Nick, Professor, because we're already in. It does scare me a little bit. The ability cut upper. Oh yeah, we should use our 6 to grab the to grab our off aspect cards. 100% we should do that. Cut upper is really good. I do like cut upper a lot. Let's grab Nick. Let's grab X. The status conditions are a little tough. When the villain has stalwart. Now it's not. That's my MCCU deck. That's not gonna be in there. It's not gonna be that bad because he doesn't always have stalwart or steady. So we can time it. If we can time it correctly, I think we'll be good. Deranged DJ, how's it going? Welcome. How are you doing? Okay, I'm now convinced that Professor X does not exist in this game. It was all a mirage. Just off work. Nice. Hopefully it was a good day. Nope, that's my NCCU deck again. Oh, it's gonna be in this Black Panther deck, right? Nope, this is the claw deck. Long 48. Oof. There we go. Okay, let's I do like the idea. Let's grab cut upper. That's a 3 cost, right? Yeah. Got cut upper. I do like, honestly, I kind of like turn the tide. Nitro! Nice to catch you live. Thank you so very much. Happy you're here. Happy you're here. I like how we chose aggression, and the only aggression cards we have is martial prowess and the side schemes. Been thinking about getting Arkham Horror for the story small campaign with your buddies. It's a really good story, really good campaign game. And like I would recommend probably, I mean, like the core set is really good to learn the game, but I think the Dunwich Legacy is really where the meat of the game is, and so I wouldn't necessarily pass judgment until you play Dunwich. Turn the tide, maybe momentum shift. I do like momentum shift. Yeah, let's grab 2 copies of momentum shift. Momentum shift heals us, which we'll probably need. Now I'm realizing how many cards in this deck start with the letter M. I do like turn the tide, especially if we're looking for that ping damage with the sword, and we're trying to use that a lot. So let's grab turn the tide. Let's grab 2 of those. I also don't hate. Ooh, think fast is not a attacker, not a valid target. There we go. So those are our off aspect cards. We do have a slot for 1 more, 2, 4, 5. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we are at 42 cards. We do have a slot for 1 more off aspect card, which we might as well use, right? Which could be another turn the tide or momentum shift. Trying to think. Tackle isn't awful, although we don't have a ton of minions in the deck that are like, are not tackle. Hard knocks. Cost curve is kind of high. So you think it'd turn the tide again? To bring the cost down a little bit. I like it. Alrighty. I like it. And I think Gamora is going to be using her basic activation to be thwarting most frequently, and then also the allies are going to help manage the threat. And then we'll do a lot of our damage, which is a lot of damage that's needed with our events and our sword. Yeah, awesome. So we got our pyramid here. Apocalypse begins the game in biomorph form. Deal each player a face down encounter card. Biomorph form. His attacks gain overkill. After he changes to this form, yell at me when I forget this. I guarantee you I will forget one of these flip activations at some point. Just yell at me. After he changes to this form, deal 2 indirect damage to each player. Also in the middle of prototyping an LCG, hoping to have a fully playable copy by the new year. Oh, that's cool. Do we get any hints on what it is? Or like what theme, or is it co-op or is it competitive? This starts with 1 threat. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, place 1 power counter here. If there's at least 4 power counters here, the first player removes 4 of them and discards cards until a superpower is discarded and reveals it. Apocalypse starts with 20 health. I already did that. Oh, look at me. Oh, I gave myself 20. I like that a little bit more than giving him 20. But I guess I'll go down to 10. The subtitle for the apocalypse scenario is crap. Did I remember to add a power? Yes, 100%. Speaking of, let's go ahead and grab the special power counters. There's one. There's our power counters. Dungeon Delve co-op. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's exciting. Which Apocalypse fight is harder for you? I feel like Apocalypse 1 would be easier if it wasn't so long. I think Apocalypse 1 is a little bit easier. It's a little bit more gameable. Potentially the first time you play it, it's going to be a little bit harder, but I think the um once you kind of learn the villain's play lines, it's pretty easy to kind of take out that first overseer build and then blitz through the. It's the same thing as Hela, right? Like where you kind of like take out an arm and then build and then you're fine. Gamora with 20 health S tier? I would say so. I would think that if we had Gamora starting out with 20 health, we would probably look at her as an S tier hero. I do want another hero with like, because with a super high health pool, we got Hulk with 18, She-Hulk with 15, and then everything else is 14, right? We have ways to increase health, like in kit. Like Thor can get up to 19 in his tier. I'd say most B tier heroes with 20 HP would be S tier 100%. But it's like, yeah, I kind of I don't know if thematically I would love the fact that someone else had more HP than Hulk. I guess who would that be in universe? Is there anybody with more HP than Hulk? Potentially another Hulk, right? Like I know there's like a ton of different Hulks out there. The Thing? I could, yeah, I could see it. Um I'm excited to fully put it together. I'm happy with the mechanics and lore. Nice. That's awesome. Galactus may have more HP than Hulk. Sentry? I have no idea about Galactus or Sentry. Galactus feels like he would. I have no idea what Sentry is. The only thing I know about Sentry is I have to discard cards, and I don't really like that. Or wait, or is he the deal yourself an encounter card? In Wonder Man's discard cards. We start with 6 cards. We've got a cross counter. We don't need that. Got an acrobatic move. We got a helicarrier turn 1. We got to turn the tide, which is excellent, especially with this one threat here. Keen instincts and a Nick Fury. Okay. So we're gonna clear these after you hear thwarts, and so we would need to thwart and not use a attack, and then the thwart ping here. So we're gonna mulligan these two. I potentially am gonna mulligan turn the tide, mainly because I don't need the damage right now. I think Nick Fury can play. We can then play Helicarrier with everything that we have. Then Helicarrier can play Keen Instincts. That only works if we get a double or if our our action over here nets us a card. So with that, I think I'm gonna do Mulligan to turn the tide and hopefully draw in. If I don't get, I think I would be okay tossing the Keen Instincts in lieu of a Helicarrier. Just hit a double and you'll be fine. Yeah, exactly. Come on, give it to me. We got Nebula, multi-talented, and a Cosmo. All right. We're going to look at the top card of our deck. It is an attack or a defense, so we do get that, and then our play line opens up. Let's go. Excellent. Gosh, I love it. Okay. Cosmo, cross counter, multi-talented, and a Nebula will play Nick Fury. After he enters play, we're going to choose to draw 3 cards. We got an acrobatic move, a momentum shift, and a Martin next. We'll use all 3 of these to play a Helicarrier, and then a Helicarrier will play a Keen Instincts. Now the insane play here is to stay down. No, that'd be crazy, right? Nicholas. Sounds like a vamp. It really does, right? So if we flip over, we're taking a shot. We could have Nick just thwart the main. We could stay down. We're going to be adding 1. He's going to scheme for 1, and then we have 2 encounter cards. I think it's probably worth staying down and trying to get that build a little bit. So let's have Nick go ahead and thwart here. And then we'll stay down and we'll draw up. We get 6 cards. Now we got lock and load, which is huge for us. Keen Instincts again. Rocket. Gamora's Sword. Energy. And set the pace. Alrighty. Perfect. Let's go 1 here. Name of the game is, did I put a power counter? I did. We got that there. Apocalypse is going to scheme for 1. After this activation, reveal this card. Attach to Apocalypse and change him to giant form. I'm going to put Apocalypse 3 off because the 2 cards get a little wieldy. After Apocalypse changes to this form, heal 2 damage from him. Joke's on him. I didn't do any. So it's going to be 1 total threat added. When Apocalypse attacks you, you are stunned. Discard this card after this activation. We got 2 encounter cards. Unfulfilled Destiny. You can give to the Gamora player. You can flip to Alter Ego form, exhaust to remove this from the game. Choose and discard 2 events from your hand to discard this obligation. I don't have 2 events, so we'll just go ahead and exhaust and remove this from the game. Might just send you a review copy if you'd want when you get to publishing point. Yeah, shoot me a message. Nelson at nelsonallover.com. Well, we can talk about that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Technological interface. When revealed, if Apocalypse is in Cyberpath form, he activates against you. Otherwise, change Apocalypse to Cyberpath form. Place 1 power counter on the main. All right, so he's going to switch back here to Cyberpath, giving him Retaliate 1. And after he changes this form, place 2 threat on each scheme in play. We got that up to 2. The end of the round, Nick goes away, but I'm really happy with the decision to stay down because now we're feeling pretty good here, actually. I'm gonna switch this. I do like this. I like the red showing that I'm exhausted, whereas like this is like Star-Lord and then the element gun. Oops. But I don't know which one is exhaust. I haven't decided that in my head. That's something that I'm gonna have to like practice not on stream. So Gamora is exhausted. Okay. Take a look at the top card. It is not a attack of thwart event. Okay. Let's go ahead and flip up to Gamora. We are going to use Gamora's sword to play lock and load. It's going to come in with 2 threat. We got Helicarrier and an energy. We'll play Rocket. Rocket will go ahead and thwart down lock and load. We get to go find a weapon, which will be Gamora's sword. Trying to figure out if I want to set the pace. I think I'd rather just go second Keen Instincts. Now the main here, I potentially should have thwarted here with, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to, especially since we are already in Cyberpath form, instead of thwarting lock and load, I'm going to thwart off the main and we'll deal with this later. Because I don't think I want to, the sword doesn't do anything for me right now, whereas this can potentially protect me. Okay, so let's stand up. We got Drax. Power in all of us. Love that pairing right there. The cut upper. Keep up the pressure. And multi-talented. Excellent. We're going to add a threat, taking us up to 3. And another power counter, taking us up to 3. Apocalypse is going to attack us for 3. We're at 10. I am not, but Cut Upper is one of the attack events that I took because you're allowed 6 attack or thwart events off aspect. Cut Upper is one of them that I took. Um, Cut Upper, I think, is almost a, unless you're playing Gamora in pool, it's one of the best you can take as one of your off aspect cards. 5 damage and stun is really good value. Yeah. Gamora's really cool. So her skilled tactician, you can take up to 6 attack or thwart events from aspects other than your chosen aspect. Gamora's so spicy. Yes. Do you have a complete collection of the promo cards from Marvel Champions? No, I'm missing the Valkyrie and Spectrum promo cards that were only released in Germany. I do not have those. But other than that, I have all the official promo cards. Yeah. I think we're gonna have when Apocalypse attacks you, you are stunned. So I think we're gonna take this. It's gonna be a 3. I do have momentum shifts coming up. I also have multi-talented. Well, multi-talented is gonna get canceled by the stunned. I could just basic. I'm trying to figure out if I want to take this on the chin or if I want to have rocket. I think we're gonna just take it on the chin. It's gonna be 3 plus a boost card. The boost is gonna be +2. That hurts a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's down to 5, and then this gets discarded. Our encounter card is Dark Designs. We're gonna place a pursuit counter. Then he's gonna scheme, and we will lose the main probably, right? Because it's gonna be 3 plus 3. That's enough. Ow. First player discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a superpower is discarded and reveals it. Can I show you the collection? I can't find a website that lists all of them. I don't know how many there are. I can. I don't have them within reach right now. I can do. I think Hall of Heroes has them, but yeah, I can. Yeah, Hall of Heroes has them on there. There's a promo tab. But trying to find. I actually don't know if I have. Oh wait, no, I do. I have a Black Panther promo. I was like, I don't think I have any promos within like. This is a Con of Heroes Year 1 promo. So this is a non-official promo, but like here's one of the official promos. These were from the original release of the game. No, actually this one wasn't. There's another one that. Here's another promo, actually. Most of the promos until the X-Men wave were just. They were full art rather than alternate art. Hey, Captain Atreides, how you doing? Okay, so we're gonna get a superpower card. Alrighty, we're gonna be stunned again. Nice. This comes in with 1, and we lose at 10. Black Widow identity card just hanging out in a Black Panther. Oh no! So basically, what I took all of the cards and stacked them together off camera. I don't think they're gonna release this wave. I heard that they are not gonna be able to do this next X-Men wave, basically because of all the financial stuff that was going on with Asmodee and the acquisition and all the stuff that went way over my head that I don't really understand. Basically, from what I understood, is that we're not getting promos this wave, unfortunately. Yeah. I really wish we would though. Alrighty, let's go ahead and basic to get rid of this stun. We've got a power in all of us and to keep up the pressure to play multi-talented. So we used every single. I guess we could use Keen Instincts. Yeah, no, hold up. Keen Instincts to keep up the pressure. That way we keep the power on all of us so we can use it for Drax if we wanted. Or we could play Cut Upper, either one. So that's 3. We used all of it. So we get to deal 2 damage to an enemy. We're going to choose Apocalypse. Go 1, 2. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. Go here. This When defeated, each player may search their deck and discard power. We're going to grab Gamora's sword. And then we're going to heal 2 damage from our identity. 1, 2. Finesse triggers. Now we're in the response phase. After you play an attack event, remove 1 threat from a scheme. After you play a thwart event, deal 1 damage to an enemy. And now we can trigger this response. The response window is still open from the when defeated of lock and load, so we will get to deal a damage to Apocalypse there. I like that. I never thought through that or processed that. How if you use a multi-talented or a hit and run to clear lock and load, the response on Gamora's sword will trigger. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Well, there you go. I like multi-talented in Gamora team. I would have killed for promo Jubilee, Nightcrawler, Mags, or Iceman. I love the alternate art stuff. I think the alternate art stuff is fire. It's so good, and I'm hoping that maybe we'll get a fan made one or something. I can do fan made promos that are hero cards a little bit easier because they don't look different. Like a lot of the fan made promos, like I've had to put in like opaque sleeves, and like my entire collection is in non-opaque sleeves, and so it gets harder to use. That was fun. Do we go cut upper or do we do Drax? I think we go cut upper here. So let's go power on all of us, Drax, and a helicarrier to play cut upper. We'll deal 5 damage, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and stun. Though we may lose this stun because we're going to discard until we get a superpower. Oh, wait, actually, no, I'm sorry. He is in giant form right now. He's in giant form right now because this changed him to giant form. So he is stalwart, so let's instead play Drax. And I don't believe I had done any damage to him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I had not done any damage to him. So when he changed to giant form, he did not heal anything because he was already at full health. Okay. Now we got Drax here. Drax is going to go ahead and hit him for 3. 1, 2, 3. I don't have to discard cut upper if I don't want to. You're right. Man, math is tough. Thank you. Yes, I do not want to discard cut upper. Okay, so Drax went ahead and swung at Giant Apocalypse, which in true Drax fashion, right? Like yeah, 3 damage right to the largest entity that he's probably ever seen in his life. I love it. Rocket is gonna just kind of hang out. I think we're gonna chump with Rocket actually here. We have a lot of stuff set up so that we can handle minions. So I think villain damage is going to be something that we want to start pushing. The longer Apocalypse 2 goes on, the worse it's going to be for us. And so I think I'd rather chump with Rocket than Drax, especially because Drax has a little bit more health. So with that being said, let's go ahead and just poke Apocalypse for 1. And then we'll use Rocket to take the hit of 5 because Gamora's not surviving that. All right, let's stand up. We're going to hang on to cut upper. Turn the tide. Momentum shift. Do like that. Strength. Nice. And a Groot. I am Groot. Add 1. I'm going to get... Oh, you know what? I think this should only have 2 on it now because whenever you progress, you remove all the tokens. It's the same thing for like a Magneto, right? Whenever you progress to the next stage, you remove all the tokens. And so this should only have 2 on it now. Or 1. I think it should only have 1. It should have its first one here. Yeah. Because we progressed with 3. So we had the dark designs. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's nice. Rocket Raccoon is going to block this. Rocket Raccoon's going to be super courageous. After this activation resolves, put 1 pursuit counter on pursuit by the past. Correct. When you progress, you remove the tokens. I think 2A says to add 1 power card. Does it? The first player discards cards from the top of the encounter deck until a superpower card is discarded and reveals it. Magneto I know says to add, but I don't know. I don't know if I don't think Apocalypse does. How many promo cards are there besides the X-Men and X-Force cards? It's for all of Wave 1, all the core set heroes, Valkyrie and Spectrum. And then there are some aspect promo cards. So actually I do have these that I can show off. So like Desperate Defense, they have some of these aspect cards which are like full art aspect cards. And so they have like Desperate Defense and a couple other ones. Rocket is not okay. He's going to go over there. Encounter card, Evil Alliance. Hey, Nebula. So we're going to add 3. And we're going to resolve, get Nebula. Retaliate 2. When this minion would enter play, discard the Nebula ally from play. Then we have Sibling Rivalry. Players other than Gamora cannot remove threats from Sibling Rivalry. After the villain phase begins, deal 1 face down encounter card to Gamora. That comes in with 4. We've got some issues on our hands. We got Nebula with Retaliate 2. Sibling Rivalry. I think we're just going to cut up our Nebula. We are stunned again, which is super annoying. But alrighty. Okay. We have to get rid of this. This is number 1 priority, I think. If we can play Groot. We can play Groot, and we're feeling pretty good. In terms of defending here. A momentum shift. Actually, a momentum shift and a turn the tide would take out Sibling Rivalry. Okay, so I think, but we are stunned. That stinks. Okay. We could thwart. Yeah. We could momentum shift. From what I understand, momentum shift, you still heal the damage even if you're stunned because the healing the damage is part of the cost of the card, so you have to fulfill the cost in order to remove the stun. So you still get the healing. We don't get to deal the 2 damage, and we don't resolve the attack, so we don't get to remove the threat. We could play Groot, have Groot thwart, Drax thwart, turn the tide, then can hit Nebula for 3. I think that's the route. I think that's the route that we go. Is we momentum shift to clear the stun. We thwart here. Drax thwarts. We play Groot. Groot thwarts. And I guess like we'll have it so that Gamora thwarts the last, so that we can then play Turn the Tide, dealing 3 damage, and then we can. No, that's only going to be 1 more there. I guess we get to remove 1 threat here. Then we have Groot, who can just block Nebula for a round. That's actually fine. Okay. So Keen Instincts, Keen Instincts will play Momentum Shift. Part of the cost of Momentum Shift is to heal 2 damage from our hero. So 1, 2. We have fulfilled the cost, so that's going to remove the stun. Helicarrier and Strength will play Groot. Groot and Drax will thwart 2 here, taking this down to 2. We will thwart 2 office sibling rivalry, which will clear it, opening up the response window to play Turn the Tide to deal 3 damage to Nebula. We then take Retaliate 2, 1, 2. Our Finesse triggers, we're going to remove a threat from here. Gamora's Sword will deal 1 more damage there. Actually, we may throw that on Apocalypse. I don't know, because then our Precision can actually take Nebula out. So we're going to hang on to that. Costs associated with the attack attempt, including exhausting the character, must still be paid. Correct. Sweet. You are correct, since healing is part of the cost, which is super interesting, right? Like, it's like, okay, that's, I mean, you're still very much overpaying for what you're getting, but it worked out. All right, let's stand up. Apocalypse is mean, dude. We may throw. Actually, we have a cross counter, so we may throw. If we draw the cross counter, we'll use that on the Apocalypse attack. If not, we're going to toss Drax in front of it. Got a Genius. Forward momentum. Set the pace. And Decisive Blow. Well, okay, there you go. We got some damage coming our way. Got 1 here. 1 here. Apocalypse hitting us for 3. We're going to toss Drax in front of this attack. We're about to shuffle, so might as well. It's going to be 3 plus 3. Good block, Drax. Good block. And then Nebula is going to attack. We're going to block with Groot. Then we're going to heal 2 damage from Groot. She deals 2 damage, so we are good. What do you folks think are the best new cards or resource generators for Guardians? Ooh, I am really enjoying Multi-Talented for Gamora. I think that's good. No resource generators to be found. I think Sidekick is very good for Drax. Yeah, Sidekick for Drax is amazing. Yes, because you can go Mantis and just uber heal. Good Drax, pat that. I think Clarity of Purpose is really good for the a lot of the Guardians to get that resource generator. But I think that is probably one of the reasons why they are not super powerful, is because there's just not they don't have like access to the resource generators. That being said, I have done you can cheat in Quinn Carrier with build support. So build support you're putting into play so you get around all the win played restrictions, and so you can clear build support, get a Quinn Carrier. There you go. Nowhere is just a weed support compared to any other arc. Yeah. Encounter card, Waylay. When revealed, stunning confused Gamora. Oof. Where's my... Now I really want my Multi-Talented, because that would clear both of those. Stupid stalwart enemy over there. Okay, we're gonna be super uber inefficient here. Let's go ahead and thwart to remove the confuse. I'm gonna play set the pace to remove 1 threat here, and then deal 1 damage to Nebula. We're going to Keen Instincts, Helicarrier for a cut upper to clear the stun. And we've got a Genius for a Decisive Blow. Actually, no. We're going to... Yeah. Genius for a Decisive Blow to deal 7 damage to Apocalypse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because we did use Set the Pace as a thwart event. We get to remove a threat. There is none. And then Gamora's Sword is going to trigger to deal 1 more damage there. We've got a 4 momentum. We're going to toss that at the end of the game. Or at the end of the round. And then stand up. I want him out of giant form. We've got Hit and Run. Conditioning Room. Best art in the entire game. Multi-talented. There it is. Turn the Tide. And a Professor X. Alrighty. Well, let's get him out of giant form and have some fun. We got 1, 1. Apocalypse is going to hit us for 3. We do have a multi-talented, which can heal us a little bit. Groot is such a safety net. Rocket Raccoon can use ingenuity. Good call. Yes. Yeah, good call. Rocket Raccoon is that genius trait. Also, Rocket with repurpose is bananas. Rocket has a good time with that repurpose build. We may defend here and preserve Groot. There's a chance that Groot doesn't die. I don't know if I want to take that chance. So let's go ahead and defend his attack of 3. After this activation, change him to giant form. He's already in giant form. So we will take 1 damage. Groot would have survived. Counter card is Radioactive Man. After you Radioactive Man attacks you, discard 1 card at random from your hand. That's why we kept Groot. Ironically, Groot actually profits in terms of health economy against Radioactive Man because he's attacking for 1, so Groot heals 2. So we're actually going to heal Groot back up to full. Nice. Alrighty. We got Keen Instincts, and a Hit and Run to play multi-talented. So we're going to deal 2 damage to an enemy. That's going to be Radioactive Man. Boom. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. Here. Heal 2 damage from our identity. 1, 2. Then Finesse is going to trigger. After we play an attack event, remove 1 threat from a scheme. We don't have any. Precision will trigger. Deal 1 damage to an enemy. It's going to be here. Then Gamora's Sword is going to deal 1 more. We are then, because we cleared here, we're going to play Turn the Tide. Do I want to take out Radioactive Man, actually? I was like, my entire idea was to kill Radioactive Man, but Groot actually protects Radioactive Man. He's at 4. We put him down to 1. That's actually kind of interesting. I don't know. I don't think so. After Radioactive Man attacks you, Groot is defending. Therefore, he did not attack me. He attacked Groot. So I don't think the way that I read it, I don't think that he makes me discard the card because it's a response. Whereas like the other ones were like win and they activate exactly. But I don't think if Groot blocks, I don't think Radioactive Man is. That was changed in 1.6. Like he was eroded. When after enemy attacks you are resolved after the player is attacked, regardless of which character. That doesn't make. Okay, fine. We'll just kill him. That's very confusing to me. Helicarrier will play Conditioning Room. We're gonna hang on to X. When enemy attacks you are resolved when after a player's attacked, regardless of the. It's very unintuitive to me. We got X. Forward momentum. Decisive blow. Power in all of us. Hit and run. 1 card left in our deck. Let's go. Let's get the superpower card to change him away from giant form. Whirlwind. Tark Designs. There we go. Source of power. When defeated, if Apocalypse is in biomorph form, he activates against the player who defeated the scheme. Otherwise, change Apocalypse to biomorph form and give him a tough status card. Comes in with 5 threats and an amplified token, which means that Groot will be taking this attack. Apocalypse is attacking us for 3, 4 plus a boost. Groot's gonna jump in front of this one. Exhaust each ally you control, and Groot survives, hilariously enough. So Groot takes 4 damage. He has 5 damage on him. He's going to heal down to 3, and he is exhausted, so we're fine. How about minions who do something when they deal damage to you? No. If damage is dealt to you, that would be your identity card. No. An ally that takes damage to you? No. Not in that case. I guess it's saying you as the player, not the character, which is unintuitive for sure. Yeah, yeah, okay. That's good to know, but it's also like, yeah, I don't know. Encounter card. Masters of Evil. Discard cards from the encounter deck until a Masters of Evil minion is discarded. Put that minion into play. Engage with the first player. The U section in the rules reference is yeah, right. I was explaining that to my wife, talking about how U is just such an innocuous 3-letter word until it becomes Marvel Champions. We may not have any actually. We may have passed them all. Oh, we got Tiger Shark. After Tiger Shark attacks, give him a tough status card. Whirlwind, here we come. I think we passed Whirlwind. I think Whirlwind was one of the first. Maybe not. Yeah, no. I think we discarded Whirlwind when we discarded for a card. Next kind of heroes, I'm wearing a name tag that says you on it. I love that. I love that. I saw something, no idea if this was actually true, but I saw someone somewhere had like changed the license plate to null with the intent of showing up in a database for like tickets. Null would then not send any tickets to them through like speed cameras or any tolls or anything. Again, no idea if this is true. But instead, what happened is everyone who did not have a readable license plate registered as null, and then he got sent all of their tickets. Task failed successfully. Good stuff. If it's not true, it's a really funny joke. Alrighty. Alrighty. I am not exhausted here. So what I want to do, the goal here is to clear source of power, flip him to biomorph form, play Professor X, confuse Apocalypse, and then potentially flip down to alter ego. If we play hit and run, and we basic thwart, we can clear source of power, and then we can play Professor X. We can clear the Masters of Evil with Professor X, and then I think we biomorph form is the one with overkill, so we might as well just flip into alter ego and then. Yeah. We could push Apocalypse, which this is the time to push Apocalypse if we can, right? Because he's going to flip into stage 3, heal 3 damage, but when we flip him into stage 3, he will be at full health, so he won't actually be able to heal. So I think hit and run, we're going to throw all the damage at Apocalypse and push him into stage 3. I think I like that. So let's do that. Let's go Keen Instincts, in a Helicarrier to play hit and run. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. It's going to be Apocalypse. 1, 2. Remove 2 threat from his scheme. It's going to be here. Takes that down to 3. Okay. Then, Finesse, after you play an attack event, remove 1 threat from his scheme. That's going to take this down to 2. I want to see a multiplayer Star-Lord deck that doesn't drive everyone nuts. I played one at Con of Heroes, I think 2 years ago, that was built off of Nowhere, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Voltroning Iron Man. And you very rarely use the what could go wrong ability. But because every upgrade you play on Iron Man is discounted by 1, and you get to draw a card from Guardians of the Galaxy, you just like, it was a dumb deck. Like it was probably the closest in the game that I've come to, just other than like Strange, just breaking the game. Like it's a very fun deck to play like once or twice, and you're like, cool, like that was fun. Um, but try that. That's a lot of fun. Precision deals a damage to Apocalypse, and then Gamora's Sword will deal a damage to Apocalypse, which is going to take him to stage 3 in giant form. Comes in with 24 health. What a beast. Alrighty. After Apocalypse changes to this form, heal 3 damage from him. We're gonna get a lot of threat. Because when we change no, Biomorph is 3 indirect damage to each player. That's fine, actually. Okay. Gamora will go ahead and thwart Source of Power. When defeated, if he's in Biomorph form, otherwise change him to Biomorph form and give him a tough status card. Okay. After he changes to this form, deal 3 indirect damage to each player. This is only super. We're gonna go 2 onto Groot and 1 onto Gamora. I think Groot is not gonna be the best defense here. Okay. Power in all of us and forward momentum will play Professor X, which will confuse Apocalypse. Then Professor X will go ahead and thwart down the Masters of Evil, removing the acceleration icon here. He does have Overkill. I think we flip. I think we can forego the Professor X block to get the confused. Tiger Shark's only going to add 1. Are both of the dark designs gone? Let's make sure. There's 1. Yeah, there's 2. So he's not going to double scheme. So let's just flip down conditioning room, turn the bottommost attacker thwart event. Actually, I don't know if I care. Oh, and heal 1 damage from Gamora. All right. We'll look at the top card of the deck. It's Martial Prowess. I guess we knew that. And we will stand up. There's no Apocalypse schemes. I don't know. There may be. There's 2 cards left, so we'll find out. But if he does scheme, I don't think it's going to be the biggest deal. We have 10. We have a cap of 10, and we're going to be at 3. So we should be okay. Famous last words, right? We got Martial Prowess. We got an encounter. We will definitely find out. Yeah, because we have 2. So that's good. $24 health is a lot of health. Masters of Evil are not nice. I guess that's kind of in their name, but all right. We got Drax, nice power in all of us. I like it. Forward momentum, Martin X, and a decisive blow. Alrighty, I like it. We're gonna add 1 here and get a power counter. Apocalypse is confused. Tiger Shark will add 1. Then we'll see if he has an Apocalypse schemes in here. I think you're just glad that Evil Nebula isn't as bad as Azazel. Oh my gosh, it's so weird. I accidentally lost Azazel. I don't know where he went. He's definitely not in the trash can. It's weird. Just don't look there. He's not there. Azazel's mean. Azazel is mean. First encounter card, Masters of Mayhem. Each Masters of Minion attacks the hero it is engaged with. No attacks were made this way. Searching counter deck and discard power for Masters of Evil minion. Alrighty, what do we want? What's a nice, easy Masters of Minion or Masters of Evil? Radioactive Man. Don't like that. Whirlwind. When Whirlwind attacks, you also resolve his attack against each other hero. That's actually not a bad one. Melter must defend with an ally if able. Let's go with Whirlwind. Azazel multiplayer also hurts your teammate a lot, which is all crumpled up and torn in half. Yeah, normally that's how I would do it, but it was the craziest thing. Somehow it got run over by the lawnmower. I don't know how it happened, but you know, it's not my job to ask questions. Master Plan. We'll discard until we get a side scheme. Masters of Evil. Reveal that side scheme. Oh gosh. Discard cards until we get a Master of Evil. This is not good, team. This became bad very quickly. Nightcrawler at home, Expert Crusher. Nice. Somehow. I hate this. Yeah. That's all I have to say about this. Alrighty. Gamora's ability. Not what we are looking for. Let's go Helicarrier and Decisive Blow to play Martial Prowess. Put all my resource generators next to each other. Then we will use Conditioning Room to pull back Decisive Blow and heal 1 from Gamora. 3 Masters of Evil minions, excuse me. Yeah, right. Yikes. I actually am not 100% sure how we're getting out of this. We can go Martinex. Can we take out one of these? We can take out which is the worst one? Probably Tiger Shark. No, Radioactive Man is the worst. So we can Decisive Blow Radioactive Man after we play a forward momentum. Groot can block 1. We're going to take Apocalypse on the chin, hopefully drawing into a cross counter. Groot can block Tiger Shark, and then we're going to take Whirlwind. Keeps him in alter mode and bounces resources and mutant education. Oh, that's cool. That's fun. That's really cool. Alrighty, I hate it. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Let's flip up to Gamora. Okay, let's use Keen Instincts to play forward momentum to remove 3 threat from a scheme, which will be here. We get to deal a damage, which will be Whirlwind. No, Tiger Shark, I think. Okay. We have Martial Prowess and Drax will play Decisive Blow to deal 7 damage to Radioactive Man. We will remove a threat here, deal 1 more damage here. Power and all of us will play Martin next. We're going to go 3 damage to Tiger Shark. And then if we draw into a cross counter, we can use the cross counter ping damage to take out Tiger Shark before they attack. I don't love it. Is it actually better to just use Groot here to kill Tiger Shark? Martinex is not a bad blocker for Apocalypse because he has such a high health pool. I think Groot is best used to actually just kill Tiger Shark because it's effectively blocking because it's taking him out, and Groot's gonna be removed either way. But then we don't have to deal with Tiger Shark on the table. So if we knock out Tiger Shark, that's gonna knock Groot out too. But then we don't have to defend against Tiger Shark. Now Whirlwind is going to attack. We can either block or just take that one on the chin, and then use Martinex to block Apocalypse here. In that case, oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Good call. Good call. Martinex, we'll just throw this on Whirlwind because we need to not have that. Good. Thank you, Leroy. Let's stand up. We are at 9 health, so we're feeling fairly healthy. We have an energy, cut upper, nice. Okay, hit and run. Okay, turn the tide. We got a lot of damage coming our way, so that's nice. And another turn the tide. Okay, we are gonna. There you go. That's some damage right there. We're gonna add 3 threat. Power counter. Apocalypse is going to attack us for 3 plus a boost card. This is gonna be overkill. We're gonna block with Martinex. We're gonna add a counter here. He attacked for 3. That's gonna be just enough to take Martinex out, but there is no overkill because he had 4 health left. And we're gonna take 2 damage from Whirlwind. And then he resolves his attack against each other hero. We have no other heroes. In terms of other heroes, we have no other heroes. Our encounter card, Source of Power. When defeated, if he's in Biomorph form, he activates against the player. Otherwise, switch him to Biomorph and give him a tough status card. That comes in with 5 and an Amplify token. Okay. Alrighty. We are not in awful territory here. I think Source of Power we may just leave. So if we can go hit and run, which I thought that was multi-talented in my head, unfortunately. But if we go hit and run, we can go cut upper here, and then turn the tide can just go crazy. Okay, yeah, this is really fun. The sequencing of Gamora, where you can trigger the responses and everything, is gonna be a lot of fun. Amplify doesn't matter if he's stunned. Exactly, yeah. What a game, right? Okay, so let's go Helicarrier energy to play hit and run. So deal 2 damage to an enemy. We're gonna choose Whirlwind here. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. That's gonna be the Masters of Evil. That's gonna open up our response window like crazy. Finesse is going to trigger. We're gonna remove 1 threat from the main, taking this down to 2. Precision is going to trigger. We're gonna knock the tough. That's gonna open us up to be able to use cut upper onto Apocalypse. Gamora's sword is going to trigger. That's going to hit Whirlwind here. And then we're going to turn the tide to deal 6 damage to Apocalypse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down to 18. We're going to go Keen Instincts, and a Martial Prowess to deal 5 damage to Apocalypse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and stun Apocalypse. We're going to deal 1 more damage from Gamora's sword. Actually, turn the tide triggers as well. So that's going to be 3 more damage to Apocalypse, taking him down to 10. He's 8 response windows deep. It's the Jurassic Park. We're so preoccupied on if we could. We never thought about if we should. We're responding to response windows. We had a Gamora sword response window, which pinged a damage, which triggered another response window to play Turn the Tide, which triggered Gamora's response window to ping another damage. Sick. Gamora's going to take out Whirlwind. And we're going to stand up. Alrighty. We got 2, 4, 5. Turn the Tide, Power on All of Us, Cross Counter, Multi-Talented, and a Nick Fury. We got a lot of options here. And what's nice here is we have a lot of flexibility. I think we're gonna be able to figure out something. I think technically you can't trigger Gamora's sword for each Turn the Tide. Why not? After you play an attack event, deal 1 damage to an enemy. Every single time you play an attack event, Gamora's sword triggers. It's not exhaustible. because the response window to defeating the side scheme never closes. You're playing Turn the Tide as a response, then you're responding to that, and you're still within the response window. I don't think so. There's no action taken because this is not an action, it's just a response. So you can choose how you trigger all of your responses. As long as they're responding off of the same action, you're fine. Gamora's sword is just weird. Turn the Tide is just weird because it's a response attack rather than an action. Because I think the response window only closes after an action is taken. It's like using clear the area to draw a card into Turn the Tide. You can then play Turn the Tide, right? So if you use clear the area to clear the main, you draw into Turn the Tide, you can play Turn the Tide. The response window for clearing the main is not closed. I'm pretty sure. I am open to being told I'm wrong, though. This is the best article I've seen about response window. I love Alter Ego Chronicle. I play it like this, and I'm okay with this. I'm pretty sure. I think the response window you can choose when you're doing the response windows. I'm pretty sure the response window is open until another action is played. But it does make me want to do my dry erase marked idea on my whiteboard that is now turned into a permanent marker because it's been up there so long. A video on response windows, which would require me to do research until you stop responding. Yeah, sweet. Alrighty, let's add. We cleared that side scheme, so we're actually only adding 2. Going up to 4. We got a power counter. Apocalypse is stunned. All right, counter card is going to be Dark Designs. He's going to scheme. So it's going to be 2, 3. After this activation, change him to giant form. So we're going to go up to 7 here. And he's in giant form, and he's going to heal 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Once the opportunity to respond to a triggering condition has been passed consecutively by all players, further responses to that specific triggering condition cannot be used. Yeah, so what I think we're both correct because the respond to a triggering condition has been passed consecutively. I never passed on triggering it. I just played something that triggered something, and then it opened up another. It's like a if then statement inside of an if then statement. It's like I never passed on playing the response to Turn the Tide or to clearing it. I never passed. I just opened up more opportunities to play more. Yeah, so I think like it's like a Russian nesting doll, right? Like just because a new response window is open does not mean that the other one is closed. Because I never passed on it. I just I just started another kind of subset of response windows. Good thing it's not a complete. Yeah, right. I think that's how that works. But we'll do some research. We have to do. I healed myself. We have to do 13 damage. Can we do 13 damage? Multi-talented is gonna be harder to trigger now. I think we play Nick. I think regardless we play Nick. I don't think there's gonna be a Turn the Tide trigger here. There is a chance that we draw into Keep Up the Pressure, which could work. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and play Nick and let's see what we draw into. We're going to draw 3 cards. Another multi-talented, set the pace, and a momentum shift. Alrighty. Okay. Nick is our blocker. I think that makes sense that you can play all of your response cards that you have until you do something else. Yeah. And I think opening a response window does not close a previous response window as long as it's not an action that opens the response window. I think. it it's really interesting. I think it's something that I'm gonna dig into a little bit. Um, just like a real window, it's open until it's closed. Okay. So we have 2, 4, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We'd be so close. We'd be so close to taking him out. Um. Okay, hold on. So this is gonna be 3. This is gonna be 4 damage. It's gonna be 7, 11. We don't have enough to play the second multi-talented. Do we have a way to play Turn the Tide? It's going to remove 3 threat. We could do 12 damage because we could thwart down the source of power. We're so close. Basic thwart and Turn the Tide. That gets us to 12, right? Because we can go here. It will. It's also going to give him a tough status card, though. So I don't, and it will give him overkill. So I think we're just gonna hold off. If we draw a cross counter, we win. Or do we have 1 or 2 cross counters? I thought we had 2, but I only think I saw 1 pass through the deck pass. I may have just missed it. We do have 2. Okay, so if we draw a cross counter, I think we win. If not, I believe that we are set up that we're gonna have to thwart this, which multi-talented can do. All right, let's just see where this ends up. Start out Keen Instincts, Martial Prowess. We'll play multi-talented. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. 1, 2. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. Boom. Heal 2 damage from my identity. 1, 2. Then we're gonna trigger Finesse. We're gonna remove 1 threat from a scheme. It's gonna be here. Take this down to 4. Trigger Precision to deal 1 damage to Apocalypse. Take him down to 10. And then Gamora's Sword will deal 1 damage. I really like multi-talented in this deck. Pretty sweet. Nick and Gamora will throw 4 damage at Apocalypse. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to take him down to 5. We do have a chump block here. You know what? I messed up here. Actually, down to 5. Um I'm going to play Momentum Shift before I play Multi-Talented so that I can actually heal the 2 damage. And then Multi-Talented is going to take me up to 3, but that's going to be 1, 2, 3 damage to Apocalypse, taking him down to 2. So a cross counter does win. We're going to toss Turn the Tide. We don't need it. We're going to stand up. A Dark Designs will lose us the game, It's coming down to what are we gonna draw from that encounter deck. Um, Hit and run, acrobatic move, Cosmo, keep up the pressure, and a decisive blow. We have lethal, but does Apocalypse have lethal first? I didn't think about him switching to Cyberpath form. I guess that is where we are at though. So we're gonna discard these to discard into. Okay, so superpower. Change him to giant form. He's already in giant form. That's actually honestly the best we could have done. He's going to attack. We're gonna block with Nick. It's gonna be 5. Exhaust each ally. We are already exhausted, thank goodness. That's gonna take out Nick, and that's gonna stun us as a hero. And that discards. Our encounter card is Celestial Tech. For each Celestial Tech attachment in play, resolve its effect as if the villain had just schemed against you and attacked against you. If there are no Celestial Tech attachments, search the encounter deck and discard power for a Celestial attachment and reveal it. I think this is probably GG's in the sense of we're going to beat Apocalypse. Go Celestial Armor. It doesn't really matter, right? Because he has 2 health. It is our turn. We're going to attack to remove the stun. And then, just because I doubted it before, we're going to play Hit and Run to deal the damage to win us the game. Just because I didn't think Hit and Run had a spot in the deck, I'm going to use it for the final blow. Instead of decisive blow. I'm going to use Hit and Run just to kind of stick it to the deck. Nice. Apocalypse, more like a not Copolis. GG. That was a really fun game. I really like multi-talented in Gamora. That felt really solid. Very happy with that. Sick. Okay. Nice. We have time to do one more. I have no plans. For what we're gonna play. So I wanted to talk to you all about that. What hero do we want to play? Kind of open to really anyone, except no, I'm open to kind of anyone. So there's so many heroes in the game. I was just looking at them, going through, because I was like, I kind of came into today. I was like, I want to play Gamora. I haven't played. I have done Black Widow. Why am I drawing a blank on Change of Fortune right now? What is Change of Fortune? This is what happens when I step away from. Yes, thank you. Yes, I have. That's a fun deck right there. Yes, that's a really fun deck. I have done that. I've been really bad about posting the VODs, and that is something that I just like. I was just like, I'm gonna do this next week when I have all this free time in the hotel room. And by the time I got back from the factory, I was just like, I am so tired that I just kind of like collapsed and just slept. So that's on me. But yes, I'll get that. I'll get the VOD posted here soon. That's a really fun deck. Apocalypse is fun. I would do Apocalypse 1 as like the next villain. Spider-Woman Defenders. What is Defenders? In terms of like Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, like those allies? Or Drax with Come At Me Bud, Anticipation. I think I did Drax. I think I did. No, but I did Drax to something. Did I do a Drax Come Get Me Bub? Maybe I need to. It's kind of funny. I like don't remember what I've played. I have not played Nova in a while. I'd be down with Nova. I know I think I'm leaning Nova just a little bit because like I haven't played Nova in a while. Just a protection with the 4 defender allies and keep them alive and use Spider-Woman cards to wreck. Interesting. I haven't seen Nova in years. I'm kind of leaning Nova because I honestly kind of forgot about Nova. Nova. Oh no, Change of Fortune is really How does that work actually? Because it has to be during the villain phase, but Come Get Me Bub is going to be really good for Nova. Come Get Me Bub would be sick actually. Um, I guess like the Unleash Nova Force lasts until the end of the round, and so you can use. I'm trying to think of how you're doing damage in the villain phase. Just like a normal perfect defense, or like first hit. I don't really like first hit outside of like Gambit. You could do because yeah, no, all of his cards are. I don't remember Nova. An event that does damage in the villain phase. Alrighty. Sick. Gwen and Nova? Ooh. I can't do two-handed live. Too much pressure. I get nervous. I get stage fright. Two Plus other events. There's a front page CDB deck on it. Sweet. I could do that. Okay, so like, I've done what do I call this series? Community decks before? Let's just play the front page deck. I haven't done that in a while. Gwen is awesome. I did do a Gwen Change of Fortune deck, which is another VOD that I'll post here soon. Gwen and Nova are both complex too, hard to keep the brain at the yeah, right? Yeah. 100%. Okay, yeah, let's do the front page Nova deck. I'm gonna go to the Be Right Back. I'm gonna build that deck and we're gonna come back and we're gonna see how the deck plays. Who built it? I guess I'll see you soon. I'll give credit, of course, but I've enjoyed that because it opens up like different like ideas on how decks can be played. Okay, Montonia. Change of Fortune is a protection upgrade that says whenever you defeat a enemy during the villain phase, you can exhaust it to draw 2 cards. So it's a new archetype that came out in Nightcrawler. But yeah. Okay, sick. Alrighty, I'll see you all soon. are back with the uh was there Supernova Bros? I'm gonna pull it up. It was a really fun name. So this is a community deck spotlight where we're looking at Supernova Bros by Inino Montagna. So this is a Nova deck that's all about triggering change of fortune. Hey everyone, just woke up. How's it going? Good, good. Yeah, good stuff. We're gonna be playing Apocalypse 1, and we're gonna start with the fact that Nova has 10 hit points compared to like. Well, actually, I guess I don't know Nova's power, but Nova feels like I don't know. He does feel like he could have 10 hit points. Um, yeah, we'll walk through the deck. But I do need another modular encounter set. I did grab Dark Riders, but instead of what's the other one, Infinites, I figured we'd switch it up and have a little bit of fun. Guess, have you not seen The Princess Bride? I have. I just have a really hard time pronouncing that name. It's one of those words that I just like cannot say for whatever reason. I won't say Sauron. The Inheritors. I like the Inheritors. H-I. Totally get that. Yeah, it's I've seen The Princess Bride a significant number of times. I'm trying to think like Doomsday Chair is crazy. You almost gave me a heart attack. No. Sorry. Yeah, no, absolutely. You have some mean minions to smack around. Let's go. Including the prelates, right? You killed my father. Prepare to die. It's such a classic. I haven't seen it in a while, actually. Probably it's been a couple of years, but that's just always a good one to throw back on. I think the Battle of Wits is my favorite. We used to play the Battle of Wits in college. So Sam Alexander. Oh my gosh, I like Nova. Like I was breaking out, like looking at the cards. I am a big Nova fan. So I'm pumped about this. So let's shuffle this up. But as we're here, let's go ahead and look at the Age of Apocalypse. So we're actually going to be starting on Apocalypse 3 because we're playing expert mode. He does have a 4th stage, and so we have that to deal with. Set each unused villain card in each prelate minion in the Tyrant's Throne side scheme. Reveal Heart of the Empire. First player at random reveals a set-aside prelate minion. So we got 5. We'll re-roll a 6. 1, 2. So we got Mr. Sinister. Retaliate 1. Toughness, Villainous, Victory 3. We'll need more of those here in a second. Heart of the Empire is threat cannot be removed from this game while a prelate, one of the two, however you pronounce it, is in play. The first player reveals a random set-aside minion. Oh, this is when defeated. I'm sorry. I was like, have I been playing this wrong the entire time? Like, am I supposed to have 2? No, you're not. Question for chat: if you could only play one hero, who would it be and what? Oh, jeez. Curious to hear what y'all's thoughts are here. I'm going to be thinking about it as we talk through the deck. So X is the number of Apocalypse's hit point value, which is 10. So we thread out at 10. When Apocalypse would be defeated, discard each attachment from him and heal all damage from him instead. Remove X threat from the scheme, ignoring any crisis icons, and then we don't lose. But the way that this actually works is Apocalypse is steady toughness. When the main scheme is completed, remove all threat from it, ignoring any crisis icons, flip this card and reveal Apocalypse 4. So when we thread out, we don't lose, but we do flip him into 4, and then the Force Interrupt is when the main stage is completed, we lose the game. And it becomes mean. He gets overkill. Gwen Stacy Protection, that's a good one. Spider-Man and Peter in Protection. Second one would be Nova and Justice. Nova and Justice is amazing. One way or another is so much fun. I Domino tickles my brain in the way that I like, where it's like it's very much a like puzzle, and I feel like that puzzle can be sustainable for a long time in the sense of like my enjoyment of it. And so that's probably that is why she's my favorite hero, but also like I think the longevity is there, and so Domino I think would be a really good one. um Domino basically plays basic the way that I like to play her. I'd probably go leadership. No, that's insane. I don't like what I just said there. Let's go protection. No, oh, definitely protection because we get the um, hard knocks and we can trigger probability field more. Spider Ham, just a good hero I always enjoy. Spider Ham's fun. Alrighty, let's take a look at the deck. So the ally lineup is pinpoints. I have not played pinpoints in a hot second. This is play only if your identity has the champion trait, which we do in our hero form here. When a player card would be placed into a discard pile from play, exhaust pinpoint, shuffle that card into its owner's deck. Now we have like Repurpose, we have Warpath, Miss Marvel, all of these cards that are going to be got the hiccups that we're going to want to be shuffling back into the owner's deck. Warpath is going to allow us to play cards during the villain phase after Warpath defends, which is going to be able to trigger Change of Fortune. So if we use Warpath, we can use that to trigger like pot shots and stuff like that, so that we can take out minions or potentially even villains, especially when he has 10 HP, which is pretty nice. No, just kidding. The when defeated does not trigger on the apocalypse because there's a force interrupt that there's a effect that takes place instead of him being defeated. So we are going to be looking at minions for the triggering of Change of Fortune, not apocalypse. We cannot do it on apocalypse. Normally you could in a normal villain, but because there's a force interrupt that says when he would be defeated instead, we're not going to be able to trigger any of the when defeated abilities. We have Jocasta and we have Moon Girl. We also have in our kit, we have Miss Marvel, who's going to allow us to pull back like a lot of go for champions. Not go for champions. I'm sorry. That's the one that's broken. Unleash Nova Force. We've come get me bud to get some minions. Not today. To defend and remove some threat. Repost in order to deal some damage. Repurpose here. Specialized training. 2 copies of defensive energy. So whenever we play a defense card, we get to draw a card. So that could be either these that we're adding or the force field projection. And it's nice that this has a wild because Nova's whole gimmick is that if you pay for a lot of the cards with wilds, it doubles the resources generated. Champion's Mobile Bunker, Change of Fortune, Containment Strategy. After a hero defends against an attack, remove 1 threat from that scheme, 2 threat instead if that hero took no damage. It's actually kind of nice because these are not permanent, so we can use that. We have Dauntless. We have Electrostatic Armor, Energy Barrier, and these are going to be our main repurpose our targets. Flow Like Water. No Nova deck is complete without a Symbiote. Under Control. After a hero defends against a minion and takes no damage, deal 4 damage to the attacked minion. And then we got Unflappable, so we get to draw some cards whenever we don't take any damage. So I think the way that this is going to look for Apocalypse 1, we're going to try and take out Mr. Sinister and let Apocalypse 1 sit in stage 3 and at Heart of the Empire until we build up. We need to remove Mr. Sinister because he's mean. But we can handle the 1 acceleration icon better than we can handle a new minion and a new another acceleration icon. And then we're gonna just try and build here on Heart of the Empire. Sam Alexander has a hand size of 6, hit points of 10. He has an alter ego action to spend a resource of any type to search our deck for the Supernova helmet and add it to your hand. If we paid for this ability with a wild, we instead get to put Supernova Helmet directly into play, which is a wild resource generator. And then also after Sam uses a basic power, we can ready the Supernova Helmet. So it's a Supernova Helmet that, or it's a resource generator that readies, and we get more and more activations. Glad we're playing Nova. This is going to be fun. We got 3, 6. Symbiotes turn 1. That, probably not. Probably not. We got Riposte. We do have a change of fortune, which is huge. Jocasta is actually really interesting. I don't think we need a light speed flight. Actually, we're gonna keep Symbiote Suit because it's so wild. So we can get the helmet. We got Energy Barrier. We're definitely mulliganing these two. Symbiote Suit will get us our helmet. Jocasta can grab a Riposte. I think I don't hate this. I don't know if we can play everything. That's the thing, right? Because I don't know if we're gonna be able to play Energy Barrier, but also I don't know what I'm mulliganing into. Like, what do I actually want? I guess a pot shot would be really nice. A pot shot would be great because then we could take out Mr. Sinister. We could toss Jocasta. Like, we don't really. Let's go ahead and mulligan these 3. Give me a pot shot. Unleash Nova Force. Repurpose. And a Riposte. All right. We're gonna sit here. We're gonna use Symbiote Suit to go find our helmet. Put it directly into play because that was a wild resource. Nova gains the aerial trait. We can exhaust the Supernova helmet to generate a wild resource, and we do like wild resources. Probably should have hung on to. Yeah, I probably should have hung on to Jocasta. Alrighty, we're gonna flip up Supernova helmet. We'll play Change of Fortune. So after you defeat an enemy during the villain phase, exhaust this card to draw 2 cards. After you use one of Nova's basic powers, we can ready the Supernova helmet. Let's go ahead and knock the tough here. We will take 1 retaliate damage, but that's going to ready the Supernova helmet. Supernova helmet, repurpose, we'll play Energy Barrier, which comes in with 3 counters, and then we can prevent the damage and deal a damage with one of the counters. We have a Riposte, which is 3. So what I'm trying to figure out is, if do I have enough damage to take out Mr. Sinister during the villain phase? If we use Apocalypse, if we take Apocalypse to his hit to the face, prevent 1 from Energy Barrier, we can deal 4 damage to Mr. Sinister, so it's not enough. I think we're gonna toss Unleash. Let's go ahead and stand up. We're gonna hang on to Riposte. Got Pinpoint. Not today. Lightspeed Flight. And a pot shot. All right, we're gonna add 1 here. Apocalypse is going to attack us. Let's use. The timing is a little weird here with readying Supernova Helmet with these interrupts. Because like after you use one of basic powers, so you have to exhaust to play this, and then I believe you've missed the response window for readying the Supernova Helmet. Maybe not. I don't know. We just talked about this last game. So if I use Nova, I exhaust to play Riposte, and I use Supernova Helmet. Do I get to ready because I'm still within the response window of you using a basic power, or no? I think potentially yes. So after you use one of Nova's basic powers, no, I think it does work because interrupt Riposte is an interrupt, which means that it takes place before. Oh, I I think I remember it being no. I think I remember it being no. Um, which is a little unfortunate. Trying to figure out how I can manipulate this so that I can get multiple uses out of my helmet. There's not really any readying outside of Unleash in this deck. So I'm trying to figure out how I could make that a little bit better. We do have a pot shot, which we can hit with Mr. Sinister, which I'm going to save Supernova. And then we can use a energy barrier so that we can take out Mr. Sinister this round. But let's go ahead and defend. We will use a Riposte to play a Not Today. Then we don't get to play pinpoint. So we're holding on to an awkward amount of resources at that point. So what if we did Supernova Helmet to play Not Today? We could then play pinpoint and we could hang on to pot shot. But then Mr. Sinister's hanging around. We could hang on to Riposte and then you take out Mr. Sinister next round. I think that's probably the best option for us then. Supernova Helmet will defend for 4. Oh, we're definitely. Oh, we have energy barrier. Let's see what happens. It'll be 3, 4, 5. We defended for 4. We're gonna use an energy barrier to prevent that damage. We're gonna throw 1 damage back at Mr. Sinister. We take no damage. We'll remove 2 threats from the main. Okay. Mr. Sinister is going to attack us. We're gonna take it right to the face. It's gonna be 1 plus 3. Ow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down to 5. Oof. Counter card. Karn. Each inheritor minion means attack gains overkill and piercing. If a web warrior character is in play, discard an upgrade or support you control. Alrighty. That's exciting. I think I'm going to play pot shot instead. I'm going to prevent one of that damage and then throw a damage here to Mr. Sinister. That way a Riposte can take out Mr. Sinister when he attacks next round, which means I have to play pinpoint just for the block here. We're going to take a 3, which we're at 6. Okay. So we'll play pinpoint. We'll stand up. I guess pinpoint will do nothing. Okay, we'll stand up. We've got defensive energy for a Riposte. That's beautiful. Pot shot. Unleash Nova Force. And a repurpose. All right. I'm going to add 1 threat here. Apocalypse is going to attack. We're going to block with pinpoint. It's going to be 3, 4, 5. By pinpoint. We've got Mr. Sinister who's going to attack. We will defend using a defensive energy to play a Riposte. When you spin this card to play a defensive event, draw 1 card. Got specialized training. We take 1 2, we take no damage from Mr. Sinister, so we deal 3 damage to him, which will take him out. Victory. Which will trigger Change of Fortune, which will draw us into defensive energy and a flow like water. Nice. Well, that was fun. Now we're set up for a pretty decent Unleash turn. We do have a Repurpose. Yeah, okay. Karn is going to punch us in the face for 3. We're going to take it. And our encounter card is a Deimos. Each inherited minion gains Stalwart. When revealed, if a Web Warrior is not. Alrighty, let's see if we can... let's see what we can do here. Cool. Alright. So, Supernova Helmet will play Unleash Nova Force. So this is online. So until the end of the round, each time Nova defeats an enemy or removes the last threat from a scheme, ready Nova and draw a card. Sweet. We're going to play Repurpose. We're going to get rid of an energy barrier to ready Nova and give us +2 attack. So we're at 3 attack. Are there any missing major adventure heroes still? I don't know. Yes, Beast is... yeah. Falcon? But I think we're going to get Falcon in this next wave. Winter Soldier? Yeah. I think we're going to get Winter Soldier as well. So Nova is going to deal 3 damage to Deimos. That's going to ready Supernova Helmet. Supernova Helmet will play Pot Shot to take out Deimos. That will ready Nova and draw us into a Warpath. Nova will thwart here. It's going to ready Supernova Helmet. It's going to ready Nova because it's the last threat, and we're going to draw into Connection to the World Mind, which is just a wild generator that does not... Okay. It is until the end of the round. That Unleash is online. Same with Repurpose. We could throw 3 damage at Karn. Or we could have Warpath come in. We could take out Karn. Warpath at that point does not have his toughness, which makes his ability harder to trigger. If we do that, what are we saving? Specialized training? Because potentially we could draw into a... we could draw into a... We could clear Heart of the Empire, which actually... Oh, shoot. You know what? I don't think... I think I messed up. I don't think I could have cleared that because I only had 1 thwart. So let's just say I did thwart instead, which is enough to... It's not enough. Yeah, I think we're just gonna scoop here. I think I've messed up way too much. Because I missed this acceleration icon, which stopped all this drawing. We're just gonna start over here. Because that was way too much of a rewind and too big of an oopsie daisy. Re-rack. Cool. Also, inheritors. Yikes. Alrighty. That messed up. We're good. That's why I always put these out here. Okay, set aside each unused villain card and each prelate minion. Tyrant's Throne, Heart of the Empire. We reveal a random prelate. 3 lost conditions of Marvel Champions. Scheme out, hero death, and rules probably. Yeah, right? 1, the Shadow King. Toughness, victory 3. After the Shadow King attacks you, choose an ally you control with the highest thwart. Either discard that ally or place threat on the main scheme equal to that thwart. We go up to 10. All right. This starts with 1. So we got that. Cool. Apocalypse hits hard. Yeah, so I think the same kind of strategy. We're gonna go for the Shadow King. I think the change of fortune. I think I fall into the trap of always wanting to trigger change of fortune, and I don't necessarily think that is the smartest way to approach it. I think change of fortune is a lot of the times a nice to have thing if it works, but the +2 cards potentially is not always worth taking another attack. And that's just something that I have to normalize in my head when I'm playing Change of Fortune, especially in a solo game, because those attacks can get out of hand pretty quickly. I had to scoop and restart 3 times yesterday. Nice. Good thing it's a cooperative game, right? Oof. That being said, we have a lot of minions in this deck, so Symbiote Suit may not be the worst idea. Because if we go Symbiote Suit, we're going to be drawing into the minions faster because of the hazard icon, which means that we'll then be able to trigger Unleash Noble Force more. It's like Holy Hero is nice to have, but sometimes better to immediately is not worth getting. Yeah. Got 2, 4, 6. Under control. That's nice. Supernova Helmet. Lightspeed Flight. Repurpose. Come Get Me Bub. And an Unleash Nova Force. We don't need Repurpose. We don't need Lightspeed Flight. We don't... if I could guarantee that I was drawing into a wild, I would totally get rid of Supernova Helmet. Because right now it's 2 effective resources. If we don't draw into a wild, it becomes 3 effective resources. I think Under Control is going to be good for the Shadow King here. I don't think we need to Come Get Me Bub, although that does give us a tough status card at the cost of another minion. I don't think it's worth that there. I don't think Unleash is worth it here either. Now, if we do draw into a wild, we can use Supernova Helmet to pay for something and then get the wild back. So we're gonna hang on to Supernova Helmet. Unflappable. Connection to the World Mine, which does not count to our hand size. Pot Shot. Containment Strategy. And a Warpath. Nice. That's not a bad starting hand. Let's use Supernova Helmet to play Unflappable. Connection to the World Mine will put Supernova Helmet into play. We'll flip up to Nova. Nova will knock the tough here. Under Control goes there. Supernova Helmet. We'll play Pot Shot onto the Shadow King. Dealing 4. Then we'll be able to defend. I don't think I want to play. I don't think I want to play containment strategy here. um, yeah, I think we're gonna. Yeah, we're not gonna play containment strategy because that's gonna just bring out our prelate minions faster, and I don't think I can handle that right now. So we're gonna toss containment strategy. We're gonna hang on to warpath, and we're gonna stand up, and we're gonna defend here and hopefully not die from this attack. Repost, repurpose, energy barrier, defensive energy. Nice. Alrighty. So we're going to add 2 here to go up to 3. Apocalypse is going to attack. I'm going to take it on the chin. 3. Give the prelate minion a tough status card. Otherwise, give Apocalypse a tough status card. Oof. Alrighty. Well, that's going to be an under control nightmare, but that's fine because we can repost it still. That's annoying. That's really annoying. Alrighty, we took 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Down to 7. Now the Shadow King is going to defend or attack. We will defend using a defensive energy. So we get to draw a card, which is Pinpoint. Repost will knock the tough. Under control will take out the Shadow King, which we don't have Change of Fortune, so we don't get to draw the cards, but he is gone, which is nice. We took no damage, so unflappable triggers, and we get to draw into Jocasta. Nice. All right, counter card is Master Plan. Okay, that's actually fine. That's when you want to draw a Master Plan, because now we're like the plan was to sit here for a while, so I'm okay with adding threat there. Okay. So we have Jocasta. We have energy barrier. I think we go energy barrier and Pinpoint. Yeah. So Supernova Helmet, Jocasta will play an energy barrier, and Repurpose and Warpath will play a Pinpoint. Pinpoint will go ahead and thwart 1 here. Take that down to 2. Energy barrier has 3 on it. Okay. Stand up. Pot shot. Not today. Okay. Champion's mobile bunker. Energy barrier. And a lightspeed flight. Part of me wants to not play not today so that I can get multiple uses out of the Supernova helmet. Like a lightspeed flight can clear up the main, which is going to go to 4 here. And Apocalypse is attacking for 3 plus a boost. So I can effectively defend for 5 with energy barrier. The energy barrier then would knock off the tough, and if I take no damage, I can clear not today, but then I'm exhausted, so Supernova Helmet can't ready. I don't have readies in my hand. I think getting Champion's Mobile Bunker on the table is important here. So I can cycle and find Unleash. That being said, also not today right now is nice because then it can trigger Unflappable. So let's do it. All right, we're gonna defend. Supernova Helmet will play not today. So we're defending for 4. He's attacking for 3, 4, 5. We're gonna use Energy Barrier to prevent the damage, knock off the tough. We did not take any damage, so we're gonna remove 2 threats here, and we're gonna use Unflappable to draw into a Dauntless. Not too bad, and we get Pinpoint still on the table. Verna. Each inheritor minion gains Retaliate 1. Gross. Alrighty. Okay. So I think we're gonna go Dauntless and Lightspeed Flight to play the mobile bunker, and then why did I think I had an extra card? I thought I was gonna be able to play a second copy of Energy Barrier, but I cannot. Ugh. We can play Dauntless, which doesn't do anything for us right now. We could also mobile bunker because these are not. Yeah. Okay. So Pot Shot and Lightspeed Flight will play mobile bunker. Then we're going to use the champion's mobile bunker to choose an identity with the champion's trait, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards from their hand. We got a specialized training and a Moon Girl. We'll discard a Moon Girl and an energy barrier. We'll go Dauntless to throw a specialized training onto the table. Let's stand up. I think the specialized training call. I looked very briefly at the write up. The Supernova helmet not ready. You interrupt the defense, defend, then respond by readying it, or is Nova's ability not a response? We were talking about that. Yeah. Okay, so after you use one of Nova's basic powers, I think it would. I don't know. I confused myself last game on these response windows. After you use one of Nova's basic powers, ready the Supernova helmet. I don't know. I don't know. I'm grim ruling it at this point, but I think it's pretty obvious that I have some homework to do. It should? Okay. So Nova player can confirm that you ready Supernova after the defense is fully over. Okay, sweet. Cool. Thank you, Walt. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. So cool. That's good to know. That's really good to know. So I could have held on to Dauntless, which I'm not going to. But cool. Okay. Sweet. So the response window is after you use one of Nova's basic powers, which is after the entire attack is complete. That's good to know. Okay, we got Under Control, Pot Shot, Defensive Energy, Connection to the World Mine, which does not count, Repost, and a Force Field Projection. Alrighty, sweet. Alrighty. We're going to go up to 4th right here. Yes, that's correct. It's after you use Nova's defense stat to reduce the incoming damage. Yeah, and because you're playing an interrupt, it takes place. Technically, the interrupt is happening before the defense. So the way that the flowchart would look in my head is that we would defend. When your hero defends against an attack, we would then Supernova Helmet to play Repost, which takes priority because it's an interrupt. And then Supernova Helmet would ready because we had just used the defense. Am I understanding that correctly? Okay. Hey, thanks for the follow, J Wheel. I appreciate it. It's very sad that Force Field Projection's not a defense card. Okay. Apocalypse is attacking us for 3 plus a boost card. We could repost here. I think we will. Because we also have Force Field Projection that we can trigger if we want. So I'm going to defend Supernova Helmet to play Repost. No, you know what? Actually, I'm just going to use Defensive Energy to play Repost. Abilities that trigger after a character's defense against an attack resolve after that attack ends. So this is after you use the defense. You ready, Supernova Helmet? Was watching on YouTube and switched to Twitch. Welcome. Trigger after a character defends. After you use one of Nova's defense. After. Okay. So yes. Yes. Sweet. Thank you. I appreciate it. So the defensive energy gets me a card cycle. Okay, I'm good with that. So defensive energy to play riposte. So we're defending for 4. He's attacking for 3. Plus 3. At this point, we're going to use Supernova Helmet to play Force Field Projection. When a friendly character would take any amount of damage from an attack, prevent 3 of that damage. If you paid for this using a wild resource, which we did, deal 3 damage to an enemy. We also get to draw a card from the defensive energy, which is a flow like water. So we're going to deal 3 damage here. We took no damage, so we're going to deal 3 damage, or 3 damage to Apocalypse. 1, 2, 3. Then we used a basic, so we're going to get to Ready Supernova Helmet. By the way, turning in because I finally saw Across the Spider-Verse and was inspired to make a... Oh, sweet. Across the Spider-Verse is really good. Miles Morales' Web Warrior deck and it's been shredding the villains on Expert. Miles is sick. Now it's starting to click. Let's go. This guy's going to attack us. Royal Energy Barrier, the damage right back at him. Take that. Our encounter card, Wolf Among Sheep. The Prelate minion activates against you. Otherwise, Apocalypse activates against you. Alrighty. This is where Pinpoint gets to block for us. It'll be 3. We're going to add a counter. Oh, I did not flap. Thank you. Ice Speed Flight. Let's go. Ooh, actually, that's great. Oh yeah, Pinpoint's uber not okay. Pinpoint is not doing well. All right. Let's go Mobile Bunker to see if I can get... That card is exactly what we needed. And Symbiote Suit. Go Flow Like Water and Under Control. Because there's a non-zero chance we play Symbiote Suit. Supernova Helmet will play Unleash. So Unleash is active. Connection to the World Mind. We'll play Potshot to take out here. Which will ready Nova and draw us into a Not Today. Nova is going to... I'm going to thwart 1 here. Which will ready Supernova Helmet. We'll Lightspeed Flight here. Which will ready draw us into an Electrostatic. We will thwart 1 here. Take this down to 4. Which will ready Supernova Helmet. We will play Electrostatic Armor. We'll get Symbiote Suit on the next pass. But we'll go ahead and put that into the discard pile here. We don't have any minions, so we cleaned up a little bit. We're going to hang on to Not Today, mainly because I think we're going to need it for this attack. Got Jesse Alexander. Change of Fortune, there it is. Come get me, bub. We'll probably need that, too. And a Force Field Projection. Alrighty, we're looking pretty good here. That's nice. We'll go 2 here. Apocalypse is going to attack us. We will defend. using a supernova helmet to play Not Today. Yeah, that works. So he's attacking for 3. We're defending for 4. Plus 3 is 6. That's unfortunate. We use a Come Get Me Bub to play Force Field Projection to prevent that damage. So we take no damage. We did not pay for this with a wild resource, so we do not get the damage there. But we do get to remove 2 threat, which will take this down to 2. Supernova helmet, we're ready. We will flap, which will deck us out. That's fine. That's Miss Marvel. And all of these are in the... Then electrostatic armor pings down to 6. Okay. I don't hate the idea of actually grabbing surveillance specialist, which is the thwarting here. But I think defensive specialist probably makes the most sense. We get to draw a card every single time we use a basic defend. That seems pretty good. We are pretty vulnerable here. So 2 encounter cards. First one is Barrage. After Barrage attacks, you deal 1 damage to each character you control. And then Genix. So Teamwork Dark Riders. This is an inheritor. When revealed, if each inheritor minion gains guard. Okay. Mobile Bunker will get a Repost and a Under Control. We're going to toss a Miss Marvel and a Repost. Under Control on Barrage. Supernova Helmet will play Change of Fortune. If we flip down, we probably lose the main, right? But we definitely lose if we don't flip down. Right? We just don't have the damage. So we're going to be looking at going up to 4, 5, 6, 7 plus a boost. So there's a chance we don't lose the main. But we're also looking at 5 plus a boost card, which technically we could survive, especially if we get a no, because we're going to use our defense here. I think we're going to have to flip down and roll the dice. So let's stand up. We're going to hang on to Jesse, actually. Yeah. Putt Shot. Moon Girl. Pinpoint. Flow Like Water. 2, 4, 5. Lightspeed Flight. Okay. We're going to go to 4. Apocalypse is going to scheme for 2. You are confused. 4, 5. So we're going to go up to 9. How much do you like Nova so far? I really like Nova. Yeah, Nova's main scheme is effectively starting at 9. Yeah. No, I really like Nova. Nova's probably A tier in terms of fun for me. The Apocalypse Solution. When defeated, discard the top X cards of the encounter deck, where X is the numeral hit point printed value. That's going to be coming in with 3. Nova Pool is S tier. Nice. Nova Pool is fun. At this point, we are just hoping for a Unleash Nova Force. Because we have a lot of things that we can clear if we get an Unleash Nova Force. I actually don't know if I'm going to play Jesse Alexander. I don't think I am. I'm going to use Jesse Alexander as one of my mental resources for Moon Girl. We're at 6. I don't think that I have the flexibility to heal here. So what aspect is your favorite? I want to retry Heroes I didn't enjoy. Nova Justice I played twice. I got tired. Well, I got tired. Then fun. I want to give him another chance. I like him on aggression a lot. Um, like hone technique, aggression, minion summoning, minion clearing gets insane. Try aggression. Hey, the mongoose. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Happy Monday. We're gonna flip up. We're gonna Champions Mobile Bunker to draw into a Come Get Me Bub and a Warpath. We are going to discard Flow Like Water and a Warpath. Supernova Helmet. Pinpoint and Jesse Alexander will play a Moon Girl, which will draw us 3 cards. We are fishing. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I wanted it so badly. We are in trouble, I believe. All right, we got a block from Apocalypse. We also have a Come Get Me Bub. That could be a thing that we do. It could be. Let's go ahead and basic attack Genix for 1. Which will ready Supernova Helmet. Oh, this has a crisis. We're in a lot of trouble. Holy cow. I'm gonna use a Come Get Me Bub. No, yeah, instead of the Supernova Helmet to draw the cards, I can't do that. There's been information shared. I think instead of attacking, this is still gonna be exhausted. I think we have to basic thwart here to remove that. We have to go Dauntless and Come Get Me Bub to play a Lightspeed Flight to clear here. And this is a win defeated, discard 10 cards. I smell the love of protection engine in the morning. Yeah. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Dive bomb, hone technique dive bomb in Nova is insane, especially in a multiplayer setting. Because if you have like 5 minions out and you clear them all with the hone technique dive bomb, you draw 5 cards on an unleash turn, which is insane. Moon Girl is going to thwart 2 here. We were at 9, so we'll go down to 7. Come Get Me Bub and Jocasta will pot shot. Oh, wait. You know what? Actually, no. This is what we're going to do. Oh, no. We have guard. Dang it. Never mind. So we'll pot shot Genix. Here for 4. I was hoping that we could get around the guard. If we didn't have guard, then we could take out Apocalypse and clear the main of all threat. But here we are. Okay. Stand up. I'm just spamming Nightcrawler next 23 right now. Nice. We got Lightspeed Flight, Pot Shot, Defensive Energy, Connection to the World Mine, which does not count, Symbiote Suit. I want my Unleash Nova Force. This goes up to 9. Apocalypse is going to attack. We're going to block with Moon Girl. Gonna be 3. You are stunned. That's a bummer. Okay. Barrage is going to attack. After Barrage attacks you, deal 1 damage to each character you control. Alright, we're going to defend Barrage's attack just straight up. So we will take a damage, force response triggering before the response. We're going to deal 4 damage to Barrage. We'll take Barrage out, and then Change of Fortune will trigger to draw us into a Repurpose and a Lightspeed Flight. Okay. We got Jinx here, who's going to attack us for 2. And there's nothing I can really do about that, so we're just going to take the 2 to the face. Encounter card, Nowhere is Safe. Place 1 pursuit counter, then discard Electrostatic Armor. Oh, unflappable triggers. Hey, there it is. Unleash Nova Force. Alrighty. Okay. Well, this is pretty sweet. Okay. Let's mobile bunker. We're gonna get an Unleash Nova Force and a energy barrier. We're gonna get rid of Under Control and a defensive energy. Rare Thwart Repurpose here. We're gonna try and hang on to that. So Unleash Nova Force. Supernova Helmet. Lightspeed Flight Specialized Training. Which readies. Then we clear Stun. We have Pot Shot, which can take out Jinx. We haven't. I think with the 2 Lightspeed Flights, I think we're gonna be okay. And there's a chance that we instead. Well, actually, it may be Thwart. I think it actually may be Thwart because we don't need that much damage. All the damage that we need comes from this Pot Shot. Specialized Training is so much fun. Yeah. Yeah. Because if we repurpose, we get a 3 Thwart, and we can just start clearing Heart of the Empire. If you defeat Apocalypse, you clear the main. That is true. I don't get to trigger the Unleash because it's not actually defeating Apocalypse because there's a replacement effect. And honestly, I didn't know if that constituted me as clearing the main. I don't think it does because it's a encounter card effect that clears the main rather than me clearing the main. And so I don't think the Unleash Nova Force would trigger the Age of Apocalypse. That being said, I think it's probably worth trying to kill Apocalypse, even if I don't get the ability. But that's going to remove 9 threat, which is going to be pretty big. The other option is that we have 3 pot shots, right? Because if we have 3 pot shots, we could potentially take out the next one that comes out. Okay. We're gonna go Supernova Helmet to play Unleash Nova Force. We know that that's gonna happen. We're gonna try and hang on to that card. Okay. I think we go thwarting here. So let's go repurpose the energy barrier and get +2 thwart. So that's gonna stand us up. We have +2 thwart here. We'll go ahead and thwart specialized training down. And I think the answer here is defensive specialist, right? I don't think there's really too much of a, which I 100% meant to grab before this. Well, I mean, we may not actually need defensive specialist. I actually may go. Each time Nova defeats an enemy or removes the last threat from a scheme. So supports and allies don't trigger that, and so I think that a interrupt or a response on an encounter card falls into Nova's not doing it, right? It's another card because Nova is considered to be his identity card, his events, and his upgrades, and that's pretty much it. I honestly, although defending does give me the yeah. I think I may go attack. I take either attack or defense. I think I may go attack. I think I think attack is gonna. Let's go attack because then we can take out Genix as well potentially. We got combat specialist here, so we get +1 attack. Okay, we cleared that side scheme, so we do get to ready here. And draw a card, which is another repurpose. Well, that's kind of exciting. Okay. I don't actually know if I want to repurpose an energy barrier right now. Potentially, we could play symbiote suit as well. Let's go ahead and clear the stun. Connection to the world mind. We'll play a pot shot to take out Genix, which will ready Nova, draw us into a not today. Nova will go ahead and thwart 3 here off of the Age of Apocalypse, which will ready the Supernova Helmet. Supernova Helmet will play Lightspeed Flight, which will take this down to 3. Don't you want to play Pot Shot to pop stun? That's probably a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll do it that way. And so the basic attack will still ready. Yes. Yeah. So I'm just one more card deep. Okay. And that's nice because then defensive specialist can play Lightspeed Flight, which will clear here. That will ready and draw into a containment strategy. Um, this is active until the end of the round, and so we can honestly probably containment strategy and not today to clear Heart of the Empire. A sick black suit for Nova. I think yeah, that's. I think let's go ahead and thwart. We're at 3, right? So this is gonna go down to 3. To ready Supernova Helmet. Um, Supernova Helmet. And these 3 will play Symbiote Suit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we get +1 to all of our stats. Okay. We're going to hang on to. We have. Is there other not today already in our discard? It is not. So we could draw into not today and clear. Well, I guess actually we don't even have to do that. We can clear here and still trigger this unleash. All right, cool. So let's stand up. We're going to hang on to both unleash and not today. And then this unleash can clear next turn. And then we could potentially even cascade it into the next prelate as well. So we have 6 hand size now. Force field projection. There's the other not today. Pot shot. Nice. Nice. Actually, that's amazing. Sweet. Okay, nice. Very cool. We're going to add 2 threat onto the main. Apocalypse is going to attack us for 3 plus a boost card. I think there's a world in which I take this on the chin. I'm not getting. Oh, I guess I could not today. The Age of Apocalypse, and then draw a card. Yeah, no, because I would get to ready if I take no damage. So he's attacking for 3. I would be defending for 5. I do have a force field projection, so we should be good there. Okay, so Supernova Helmet. We will defend with a not today. So Apocalypse is attacking for 3, 5 total. We take no damage. We'll remove 2 threat from here. Our Unleash is still active. And so we get to ready. This readies from defending, and we get to draw into a connection to the world mine, which is the worst time to draw it because it. That's fine. Unflappable triggers, drawing us into a repost. That's gonna deck us out. We're gonna get 3 encounter cards. so much pressure. But I'm feeling really good with the Unleash Nova Force, being able to clear Heart of the Empire. I think we're gonna be. Thankfully, you keep using your Nova Force for the whole. Yeah. So I think we're gonna be fairly okay here, depending on what these are. That could very much change, but let's see. Bricks. Each inheritor minion gates can patrol. Wolf Among Sheep. So Apocalypse is going to attack us. This may be the one that I just take. Because we're just going to take this one. Because there's nothing that. There's no benefits for me triggering. I can deal some damage. I can remove some threats, but I can do that more effectively during my turn. I guess Force Field Projection. Force Field Projection is actually a decent shot here. So we can just Supernova Helmet with the Force Field Projection. Yeah, so we will take it. Force Field Projection does not require us to. Actually, you know what? There's a world in which I play both Force Field Projections to take out bricks. And take no damage. That's kind of cool. Alrighty, so we're going to take this undefended. It's going to be 3, 4, 5. We're going to Supernova Helmet to play Force Field Projection to prevent 3 of that damage. We're going to deal 3 damage to an enemy, which is just going to be here. I'm actually not going to play the second one. I'm going to take the 2 damage, 1, 2, because I'm ready. And so now, because I have another Unleash, I can just attack and fuel my engine and actually get the full utilization out of the ready. Plus, if this is an extra attack, it's going to be nice to have. Dark Designs, even worse. I'll place a counter. Then he's going to scheme for 2, 4. Alrighty. Actually, that's kind of okay. Alrighty. Let's mobile bunker. We got defensive energy and a energy barrier. We'll get rid of a repost and a not today. We use defensive. We'll use force field projection to play Unleash Nova Force. Nova will attack bricks and take bricks out. That's going to ready because we took out ready here. Combat specialist will draw into a card, and then we draw from Unleash Nova Force, which is a Lightspeed Flight. Excellent. Okay, perfect. That's beautiful. Because we're gonna go Lightspeed Flight. No, first. We're gonna thwart 2 here. Then we're gonna Supernova Helmet, Lightspeed Flight onto Heart of the Empire. We're gonna get another Prelate. We will re-roll a 5 or a 6. Got Sugarman. When Sugarman attacks, the attack gains piercing. If it defeats a character, heal 5 damage from Sugarman. This comes in with 3, and we now have 2 acceleration tokens. We did defeat a side scheme, so we get to ready and draw a card into connection to the World Mine. We're going to go ahead and basic thwart here, which clears the last threat, which will ready Supernova Helmet, ready us here, and draw us into an under control. It's time to rock. Heck yeah. We could under control Sugarman and get him in the defense, or in, which I think is the right. I think that's absolutely the right call. Now that I'm looking at it. Because we don't. Oh yeah, we don't really have a great. We cannot take out Sugarman. But we have it in the villain phase. So let's go ahead and knock this tough. Go under control onto Sugarman. Got 2 connection to the world mines, which we're going to try and hang on to. Oh, I 100% should have used go Supernova Helmet and Defensive Energy before I knock the tough to play an energy barrier. And then that ready Supernova Helmet. Seems Nova has the most draws. I think he potentially, in multiplayer, he definitely has more. In multiplayer, he definitely has more. Just because he can just go bananas. It's kind of insane what he can do. Supernova Helmet will play Pot Shot to hit Sugarman for 4. And then our Under Control can take him out. Under Control, if we get another Not Today, we can also... Nope, it's in there. Never mind. We don't need Under Control on Sugarman. Because we can have an energy barrier. It's worth having it just in case, but yeah. Him in aggression multiplayer, it's a little crazy. So Unleash Nova Force is still in play. We're gonna hang on to Not Today. Is there any reason to hang on to Not Today? I don't know if there really is, actually. Because we're going to put 3 on the main, which Not Today cannot clear. Tower Citadel cannot be cleared. I don't think that there's any reason to hang on to Not Today here. Considering the second one's already in the discard pile, there's no way that we can remove threat in the villain phase. And so we're kind of like out of options here. So we're just going to toss Not Today. We're going to keep it, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Mainly because it's +2 defense. Okay, so we're going to draw up to 6. Flow like water. Repurpose. Ooh, love it. Warpath. Now we're talking. Come get me, bub. Nice. And a lightspeed flight. Wah ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. All right, let's add 3 to the main. Apocalypse is going to attack us. I think we take the attack. I did not ready any of these. But I think we take the attack. Mainly because we can defend against Sugar Man. I don't know why I hung on to not today. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, I think we just take the attack of 3, or we could defend. We could just straight defend, and then the energy barrier can pop here, and we get to ready. We don't need under control. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna defend for 3. He's attacking for 3. Yeah, because even if he draws a 0 boost, the Sugarman, the energy barrier can kill Sugarman. We'll only take 2 damage, but that's gonna be better than not defending at all. So we're gonna defend for. We could trigger unflappable. Now we're good. Okay, so 3, 4, perfect. That's actually perfect. So we're gonna use energy barrier to prevent 1 of that damage. We take none, and we deal 1 damage here to Sugarman. And a lot of things are about to happen. So we get to ready. I guess I probably could have Supernova Helmet for not today, but we get to ready because we took out an enemy. We get to draw a card because we took out an enemy. Change of Fortune triggers because we took out an enemy during the villain phase. Electrostatic armor and pot shot. And then unflappable triggers because we took no damage. So defensive energy. And this is our hand now, which is kind of insane. Nice. Counter card. We get 2 of them. First is biomorphing. Attached to Apocalypse, he gains Overkill. That's fine. And then we've got he gains Retaliate 1 and Stalwart. Sugarman doesn't go into the discard pile. No, he has Victory on him, so he's a Victory 3. So he goes into the Victory display, which my Victory display is there. Excellent. Alrighty, I kind of wish I had. Unfortunately, well, I do have an Unleash still in here. Okay, so let's Mobile Bunker. Lightspeed Flight. Moon Girl. Alrighty, well, that works. We're going to get rid of a. Not today. More like a Victory display. True. And we're going to get rid of a. Defensive energy. Supernova Helmet. And connection to the World Mines. We'll play Moon Girl. We'll draw 3 cards. Pot shot under control. Jacasta. Man, I'm looking for that. I'm trying to find that Unleash Nova Force. I'm just not getting it. That's fine. All right. Last option. We're gonna hit him for 3. 1, 2, 3. We take Retaliate 1, but that triggers Combat Specialist into a Come Get Me Bub. Not what we needed. Come Get Me Bub. We're gonna discard cards until we get a minion. Why is my cards are all messed up? Okay, we got Soulless. Each inheritor minion gains Villainous. We've got Put that minion into play. Heal 3. 1, 2, 3. You have a tough status card. Supernova Helmet should be ready because I attacked. Supernova Helmet will play Pot Shot to throw 4 damage here. We do have a repose. No, we don't. Do we have a repose coming up? Nope. We do have a repose coming up, which is perfect for a soulless kill. I think I want to kill. I want to take out Apocalypse here. So come get me, bub, and a Lightspeed Flight will play Pot Shot to take out Apocalypse. I'm going to discard the attachments, remove all the threat from the main, and then heal him back up to 10. Okay. Actually, Under Control. I can throw Under Control on Soulless. And that works there. No, actually, I'm going to do Under Control, Energy Barrier, and a Flow Like Water to play Jocasta. And then that's going to allow us to grab a repost. And then we're fine. Is one of the remaining cards going to get you Shadows? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, we've gone through all of them. We got through all 10 of the cards. Standard expert cards. Good call, though. Warpath will play Electrostatic. And we're going to hang on to Lightspeed Flight and Repurpose. Because I should draw into a Unleash Nova Force, which I can clear Towering Citadel with Lightspeed Flight and just kind of start the Expert 1 by far. I don't play Expert 2. Expert 2 I find unfun and unfair. It's incredibly punishing. And I think standard 3 expert expert 1 is kind of right there where I like the game's difficulty. Jocasta and Moon Girl both have activations, and I think we're going to just save both of these activations because we have a tough to block here. Soulless is going to we're going to defend against Soulless. So I think we're just going to save it, and then we can use our allies to set up an Unleash turn, assuming that we're going to draw into it, which I think we will. We're drawing a lot of cards. We have champions. We're going to be drawing. Yeah, we're drawing a lot of cards, actually. So, yeah, we'll be fine. We got Repurpose and a Lightspeed Flight. We got Repost. All right, we'll save that Repost. Containment Strategy. Jesse Alexander. Miss Marvel. Ooh, Miss Marvel. Let's add 3 threat here. Apocalypse is going to attack. We'll take it to the face. It's going to be 3, 4, 5. It's going to knock the tough. Then Soulless is going to attack. We will defend with a Repost. He actually is Villainous. That's kind of exciting. So it's going to be 3. We're defending for 5 plus 3. Nice. I'm going to use an Energy Barrier to throw 1 at Apocalypse and prevent the damage. Repost triggers, dealing 3 damage there. this is gonna go in the new discard pile. And Unflappable and Change of Fortune are gonna trigger. Nice. This is a fun deck. I really like this deck. It's fun. It feels like a weird, like, kind of combo of a perfect defense slash, like, doing what Nova wants to do during his turn. And, like, I think it strikes a really good balance. I'm happy with it. Okay, so Change of Fortune triggers. Repurpose. Unleash Nova Force. There it is. Unflappable triggers to draw us into a Dauntless. Perfect. Sweet. So we got 2 cards. First one is the Fittest. Touches the minions with the highest hit points. Otherwise, this card gains Surge. Wolf Among Sheep. The Prelate minion activates against you. Otherwise, Apocalypse activates against you. So he's going to attack us for 3 plus a boost card. Oh, also, Supernova Helmet should be ready. We'll take it. 3, 4 total. 1, 2, 3, 4. It also keeps him healthy, which you can struggle with. Yeah, good point. And we got, the Dark Riders. Discard cards from the encounter deck until the Dark Rider minion is discarded. That honestly is amazing. A 3-threat side scheme and a minion that we can fuel the Unleash turn. I think that this is going to be a huge turn for us. So okay, this is going to be sick. Alrighty, let's get Dark Rider. So Synapse comes in with Tough. Good. Alrighty. I think we go repurpose into Thwarting again. And we, oh my gosh, this is going to be sick. Okay. We have 2 repurposes actually. This may be the game end here, which is pretty cool. Let's start out by a Supernova Helmet to play Unleash Nova Force. This goes into our discard pile. I have 1 card left in my deck, and so I'm going to try and get as many cards into my discard pile that I want in my discard pile before I start triggering everything. All right, before I start drawing, which I think the only other one here that I want... Actually, I'm going to use Dauntless to play Unleash Nova Force, and we're going to keep the Supernova Helmet there. But I'm going to use Supernova Helmet to play Lightspeed Flight. Ooh, actually, I may play Miss Marvel. So instead of using Supernova Helmet there, I think we're going to use Supernova Helmet, Jesse Alexander. No. I'm going to use Jesse Alexander, Containment Strategy, and one of our repurposes to play Miss Marvel. So after you play an event, we can exhaust Miss Marvel, deal 1 damage to her, and return that event to our hand. Supernova Helmet will play Lightspeed Flight, and we're going to exhaust, deal a damage to return Lightspeed Flight, and we're going to clear 3-threat here. So Towering Citadel, go. This comes in with 4, and we're going to get another minion. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Abyss gets +2 hit points for each face down card in front of him. And Toughness. I remove the last threat, so I get to ready and draw a card, which is Pinpoint. It's going to give me an encounter card. And now we start. I'm really excited here. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Alrighty. Jocasta is gonna ping Synapse's Tough. Then Nova is going to attack and take out Synapse. That's gonna ready the Supernova helmet. It's gonna ready Nova. We get to draw a card, and then we get to Combat Specialist to draw into a pot shot. Beautiful. Love it. Uh, um, you also have plenty of ways to deal with tough. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think Moon Girl is just gonna sit here and knock this tough. Um, Moon Girl will take 2. Nova will go ahead and throw 3 damage into here. You know what? I think I think I'm just gonna repurpose into the attack. Uh, so Nova will thwart 2 here. Yeah, because I need the attack more than I need. Yeah. Okay, so Supernova helmet's ready. We thwarted there. We've got a Supernova helmet to play a Lightspeed Flight to clear 3 off the Dark Riders, which is going to ready Nova and draw us into a Come Get Me Bub, which is amazing. Oh, there's a prelate in play, isn't there? Oh shoot. We'll thwart 2 here then. Thank you. Getting ahead of myself. Okay. Okay. Let's go Champions Mobile Bunker. Draw into Unleash and Containment Strategy. We'll toss both of those. Let's go Nova to attack for 3 here. It's going to ready Supernova Helmet. Supernova Helmet will pot shot Abyss. Take Abyss out. Which will draw and ready. We're going to go ahead and thwart 2 here. Repurpose the energy barrier, which will ready, and we're going to give ourselves +2 attack. And we're going to thwart, which will ready. Yeah, we'll thwart here. Titan's Throne. Attach to Apocalypse and heal 5 damage from him. Boom. Cannot take damage while there's a prelate minion in play. Let's go and get our last one. Even odd. Even is Rasputin. Toughness of Villainous. When he attacks, you deal 1 damage to your identity. Okay. I get to ready and draw a card because I took out the side scheme. We'll go Come Get Me, Bub. No. Repost and Under Control. We'll play Pinpoint and we'll discard Moon Girl from play. We're going to actually hang on to Under Control and just use Supernova Helmet to play Pinpoint. Pinpoint will knock off the Tough. And Pinpoint will knock himself out. We will basic attack for 5 to take out Rasputin, which will ready Supernova Helmet, draw us a card, and ready Nova. We had one more ready, we had it. One more ready would have had it. Which I think will, yeah. So let's go ahead and punch for, no, let's, oh, I guess it doesn't matter. Supernova Helmet. Or we can get really cute and try and pull a minion with Come Get Me Bub. Yeah, I mean, it's worth trying, right? So let's play Come Get Me Bub. Discard cards until we get Genix. Uh, each inherited minion gains guard. That's actually not super great for me. That's fine. All right. We'll get a tough status card. Heal 1, 2, 3. We only have a 5 attack. Those are high health minions, unfortunately. We'll attack for 5. Um, under control. Onto Genix. We'll toss Warpath and we'll stand up. Yeah, odds were I didn't think that a lot of these minions have like 12 or like has 6, 7 hit points, but I think I mean there's a chance that because we still have Unleash going on, we're gonna draw a ton of cards. I think we got them. We got Come Get Me Bub. We got Force Field, Projection, Lightspeed Flight, Under Control, Pot Shot, 2, 4, 5. One more is a Defensive Energy. We're gonna add 2, take this up to 3. Apocalypse is going to attack. We'll just take it. It's gonna be 3, 4. It's gonna knock the tough. Genix is going to attack. We will defend. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way that I can take the damage. I don't think so. So we'll just, yeah, we'll defend. So we take no damage. Under control. We'll take out Genix. We get to ready and draw a card. Then Change of Fortune and Unflappable will draw us 3 more cards. Jesse Alexander, Lightspeed Flight, and there's the repurpose. Excellent. We have so many cards. I like Warpath a lot in Change of Fortune decks. I had a lot of success with him with Gambit. I can see how he can be really, really good with Nova. I probably would have played him for. I went with the Come Get Me Bub rather than the Warpath play. Playing Wakanda Forever is really good as well. Yeah. Yeah. All right, we got 3 cards coming our way. First is Morlin. Each inherited minion gets +1 attack. Wolf Among Sheep, the prelated attacks, otherwise Apocalypse attacks. Alrighty, we'll take it. Bring it on. We'll just take it. It's going to be 3, 4, 5. Supernova Helmet. We'll play Force Field Projection to take 2 and deal 1, 2, 3 to him. So he's down to 7. Oh, and actually, I have a repost here. I 100% should have used that. Oh well. Weight of the World. While this card is in play, Supernova Helmet cannot ready. Exhaust Sam Alexander to remove this obligation from the game. Cool. We'll go ahead and attack for 3. 1, 2, 3. Combat Specialist. Draw into a Not Today. We'll use a Defensive Energy to play Pot Shot. And that's game. We had so many cards. That was a really fun deck. I enjoyed that a lot. Like that was really, really well designed. I was sick. That was a good one. That was a good one. That's fun. Yeah, I think getting Miss Marvel into play earlier to be able to recur those pot shots or the Lightspeed Flights for your Supernova turns is really solid. I think the yeah, I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Sweet. Awesome. Sweet. Well, thank you so very much for hanging out and enjoying some champions with me today. I will be back on Wednesday. Wednesday morning, same time at 10 a.m. for some Lord of the Rings progression play. We're continuing on through the Sands of Harad. And then on Friday, we're actually starting the newest Arkham Horror campaign, the Hemlock Vale. The Feast of Hemlock Vale. I was like, it had a adjective or a verb in front of that. um, the Feast of Hemlock Vale is starting on Friday, so that's going to be what's coming up. I hope everyone has a fantastic week, and I can't wait to talk to you all soon. Thanks for the games. Fun as always. I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good one.